Welcome to another exciting edition of the Voice of the Call Nation radio show, and what promises to be another explosive show, interesting commentary, stimulating debate and discussion, everything like the college Genesis, only the college Genesis could do. Tonight, I've been watching snippets of this so-called debate and everything like that. It looks like Kamala's getting her ass, like everything I predicted about Kamala. Crass innuendos, cheap shots, and just basically trying to hoodwink the public and try to make stuff around. Basically, it is much so far. I'm gonna tell you something right now, folks. People don't really understand something, right, about Donald Trump and everything. Donald Trump is America, whether you want to believe that or not. When you think of America and what the soul of this country is, that's Donald Trump. I mean, no, it wasn't Barack Obama. It's not Al Sharpton. It's not any of these people. America is Donald Trump. He symbolizes America, and America. People have this idea that you can remake America in your own image. That you could basically say, well, he's not American because he's an orange man. He did this and that, but they don't understand the ugly side of America. Donald Trump represents the good, the bad, and the ugly side of America, indifferent side of America. And so the bottom line is this. So when people make these comments like, okay, we're going to come in here and rescue America from Donald Trump, what you're basically saying is we're going to try to rescue America from itself. And then what happens is the people listening to that basically are basically resentful of you coming in trying to basically tell them what they already know. So in other words, you're coming to a country. This is the problem I think I have with what people have with immigrants and everybody else coming here. They come to this country and they see, well, it's like you come in somebody's house, right? And you start rearranging the furniture and redecorating and stuff like that, and you're just an invite. That's what's happening. When people come here, especially immigrants, they hate Donald Trump. They understand something. Donald Trump is America. That's America. That white man with the American story, he had a silver spoon. His father was rich. One. That's the story Americans want to hear. That that people came here from all over the world and was able to make something big and whatever like that. That's the American story. And the bottom line is this: America is all about succeeding, and America is all about winning. And to America, to a lot of people in America, Donald Trump seems like a winner, good or bad. You don't have to like him or whatever like that. He just seems like a winner, for what it seems. That's why they basically what they're trying to do is say, oh yeah, he had all these failed business ventures and blah blah blah. Everything he touched turned to shit. Blah blah blah. He got 13 indictments and everything like that, trying to sully his name. Because when you really look at it, right? When you look at American Government X, right? And this is just my theory, right? What I'm seeing now are people who probably didn't grow up rich, did not grow up in the wrong side. The people, the girls that didn't make the cheerleading squad, the kids that were picked on, bullied, and didn't get the guys who didn't get the girl, and the guys that always looked at that somehow they're smarter, so they're more deserving. And what happens is a lot of times when people think they're smarter or they think they should be better, and they resent people who basically effortlessly or they think because they have some high IQ or whatever like that they're superior to everybody else, so they're more deserving of power and everything, and they can look down on other people. But Donald Trump seems like a down to earth type of person, and they resent the fact that these elites resent the fact that he's richer than they are and whatnot, and he's like an ordinary person. He's like an average person. He likes the same things, the music and everything like the average person likes and everything, and they resent that. And so they somehow are able to convince these people that's running the media and everything, convinced that guy is the enemy, and people who basically grew up in elite institutions and everything, probably never seen a black person before in their life and everything, they're their friends. I don't freaking get it. You got these black people talking about, yeah, I'm sitting down talking, listening to something. They listen to these all lily white people, liberals and everything. And now black people are starting to lash back at these. You see that speech that sister made in Chicago, and she's like, "Yeah, the white liberal is the most dangerous thing," and it's the truth though. And the reason why they're so dangerous is because white liberals, you didn't never heard of a white liberal until the civil rights movement. These people have managed to get in government, right? And they basically have used black people's legitimate struggle and Puerto Rico's legitimate struggle, people's legitimate struggle to gain power, right? Because in other words, basically they're saying, look, we know the system's racist and everything like that. See, they don't want you finding out anything about. They don't want you having a piece of the action. The white liberals do not want you ever joining American society and being successful. That's not part of the playbook. They have to have you poor, miserable, downtrodden, everything like that. So they come in as a white savior and a so-called ally. You ever said this ally of black people? And we haven't made any progress, in all the years that we had these so-called allies. But the bottom line is they're in power. The Biden family have lived a good life off the so-called black vote and black people and whatnot. His son's a crackhead and everything like that, all basic courtesy of the so-called black community, who basically just elect people because he sounds nice and he's one of our friends. He's a Democrat and everything like that. So I think there's a real awakening among black people right now in this election cycle. I think that where it's going to go, where it's going to lead to, I have no idea. Because I still think there's too many black people that are taking this way awakening and everything like that and demanding the wrong thing. Instead of saying, let's build a black economy, let's build this, let's do this, let's get together and build our own institutions and everything like that. Everybody just keeps talking about, where's my reparations check? They just want to check a payout, which puts them back into the hands of the same people that they should be trying to fight to get away from. Reparations is only going to happen. The people who fight for reparations know what they're doing. If you believe in our end game or our salvation is reparations, then you have to understand that the only way you're going to get reparations is by keeping the same people in power that I believe are impressing you, these white liberals. That's the only way reparations has a chance. And the people know that. It's like, okay, so we'll wait another 50 years, but we're going to keep electing white Democrats and everything because they're going to hold out. Instead of saying, something, let's just scrap reparations and whatnot, and let's do for self and build our own shit like that. People don't want to do that because that actually takes hard work. So like I said, we have American Government X. Black America is responsible for the destruction of America right now, you see, because we're the ones who let me tell you something. If it wasn't for black people, these liberals that are destroying this country from the border to the Constitution to everything would not have no power. These people are insane. I saw this meltdown where this crazy liberal clown is basically saying, people can't get their gender reassignment. Oh, the same people that opposes mandates, vaccine mandates, so they're pro-vaccine mandates, gender reassignments at birth, whatever like that, whatever it is. These people are insane. How do these people have so much power, right? How do these people? How do the transgenders and everything get so powerful that something as insane as changing your gender is actually taken serious at the highest levels of government in this country? Like I said, American Government X, and the only reason why they're there is because that new Strickland said. They basically they basically weaseled their way into society. Now, G says, Colin, you don't think what I says? No, the bottom line, ISS went through a lot, but that don't mean you deserve anything. You don't deserve anything. Yeah, ancestors went through a lot, right? But G, I would like you to come up here on the show tonight and debate me on this. I could prove that you don't deserve reparations. I'm gonna ask you some questions and whatnot. I guarantee you're gonna fail. So the bottom line is this, and also a large numbers of white people in this country, right, came after slavery, right? So should they pay for something they didn't start? So it's more nuanced to this argument is more nuanced than that. The bottom line is, all you young brothers out there who talk about reparations check, it's not gonna happen. I don't know. See, we used to take it as a joke. I want my reparations. and David Chappelle used to make skits about it and whatnot, Okay, you can disagree with me all you want, But the bottom line is this. The bottom of the white power structure in this country is never going to let something like that happen. It's never going to happen. And you have no political power in America to make it happen. So it's never going to happen. How are you going to get reparations? But are you going to bum rush the White House and take over and whatnot? You're going to take over the Federal Reserve? You're going to take over the gold in Fort Knox? How are you going to do it, G? You can't. It's just a fantasy. You're never going to have reparations. Man, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, what happened to our ancestors was absolutely wrong. But what are you going to do about it? You can't do anything about it. Our ancestors were treated like animals that worked and made the white man his money and everything like that. But there's not a damn thing. That's when people got to understand and accept reality. Reality is you have no power to do anything about it. Just like our ancestors. When they were on that bottom of that slave ship, or they were on that auction block, and people were auctioning them off and whatnot, and people standing around bidding on them and whatnot, they had no control over their fate or their destiny. You're in the same position. You have not moved one needle since slavery. You have no power whatsoever. So the bottom line is, somebody's forcing you against your will. That's just being black in America. Get used to it. Somebody taking you out of the car, putting you on the ground at gunpoint, arresting you. And it's happening so much. And when everybody thought, ever since George Floyd, police haven't stopped shit. They still got a mandate to freaking keep your black ass in line. That's no matter what. We'll have more black people get shot in liberal districts and people you think is going to give you reparations in their districts than any place else. So you guys, man, like I said, I'm just here to try to warn you and tell you the truth and tell you what's happening. Because if you don't want to believe me, hey, look. A hard head makes a soft behind, It doesn't matter what my ancestors been through. We all know that, It pains me. I want revenge for slavery and whatnot. More than just money. I want blood and revenge, but I know that's never going to happen. So the bottom line is, so you got to move on and find something else to talk about and do. But sitting around young men, I hate when I see young men like this right now. G should be someplace getting a trade or going and getting his education, better himself, getting a piece of the action and whatnot. He's sitting around listening to Tariq talking about like there's going to be a reparations check. These people that tell black people that, because what happens is when black people start talking about reparations, I notice one thing. They get lazy. I never seen anybody that says they want reparations and they're actually doing something with their life. They really do really convinced that there's the people working behind the scenes to cut that check for them. And that's sad. Gee, you're going to look up, you're going to be 40 years old with no career, no job, no woman, no anything and whatnot, because you sat around believing there was going to be some reparations check coming. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. And so, like I said, if I could reach a few people to wake people up and whatnot and tell them what's going on, I think I did my job. I was watching a little bit of the debate, and that lady come out seemed terrible, Yeah, I'm a former educator. How can you basically call yourself an educator if you don't know how the American political system works? So, bottom line, you say reparations have my connotation. The only connotation people want is they don't care about reparation, like building schools, building housing, and building healthcare, and building institutions, everything. All they want is a fucking check. That's reparations. Take away, cut the check or not, and the reparations, even those people who argue reparations, because they're not interested in building anything. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you say, look, we're gonna pay reparations, but it's not gonna be any individual. Reparations belong to the nation, not to individuals. You understand, G? It belongs to the black nation. And so it should be something collectively done for the black nation. But if you don't want to be a collective, you don't want to be a people, then it's absolutely useless. And you forfeit your right to reparations because you got a lot of black people running around talking about they're Native Americans or they're already here, the original Americans and all stuff like this. So that basically people are running away from their identity. So we're not even on the same page about who the hell we are. You got people running around talking about I'm an Aboriginal copper-colored Negro or not. I was already here. Slavery never happened. They say prove that the slave ship existed and everything like that. There were no black people on no plantation. That's something they tell you and everything. But on the other hand, they say we deserve reparations. You say people say, so you don't know what you really want. You don't know who you are, what you are. And that's a damage that white people have done to you. You know, you don't even know who you are anymore. You know. So the bottom line is this: I would love for G to come in tonight and debate me on this. You know, and I will ask him some questions and whatnot, and we'll see. Because like I said, I got something for everybody. You know, I got smoke for everybody. You know. Well, G, will you take me up on that challenge? You know, say yes or no in the chat. Will you take me up on that challenge? Will you call in and rumble with the College Genesis? Yeah, what I thought. Nope. Because like I said, if you can't, oh, you will. Okay, well, watch me slaughter this guy. I'm gonna slaughter this guy. You know, and like I said, I would like for you to cam up, G, cam up, and then put your real name out there and whatnot, because you're gonna look real stupid. Are you really? A Bantu Mandinka? He probably believes you too. I'm saying that you guys don't have a case for reparations. You know, I believe I could prove that. You know, just by listening to you guys talk and you guys answer a couple of questions, I could tell you got no case for reparations. That if you ever went to court, whatever like that, you get laughed out of court. So this is what we talk about tonight: American Government X. You know, I saw Government X come in when Biden administration. I don't know. I think although I was looking back at some old videos of the Bush administration, I never liked George W. Bush, but I knew Dick Cheney was part of Government X, right? And you see right now, uh, okay, there's a case. Okay, you got to prove to me there's a case. I'm gonna pretend I'm the judge tonight, and but you're the plaintiff, and you're gonna bring your case of reparations to me, and I'm gonna ask you some questions back and forth. Let's see if you could do this. You know, okay? You guys gonna you're the plaintiff, and you're gonna prosecute your case for reparations, whatnot. And I'm the judge. When I'm the actually judge, I'm gonna play judge and defense. And Dick Cheney recently just says, "No, I'll be the judge. You know, I'll be the judge. You know, I'll be the judge because Elvis is a pookie. You know, Elvis is a pookie. You know, he can't judge nothing. He's a pookie. You know, check us out. Dick Cheney says now he supports Kamala Harris because he's part of Government X. You know, Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney, these people have only thing they care about is selling weapons, selling war, and they never got prosecuted. I voted for Obama because he said he was going to get to the bottom of the Iraq war, and he was going to prosecute Dick Cheney and George W. Bush, bring them before the Senate and everything like that for orchestrating that fake war in Iraq and whatnot. Obama did not do that, you know, and then he tried to basically go out like he was such a good president. He was a horrible president, you know. Uh, what you call it? He was absolutely a horrible president because, like I said, that was the one thing I didn't care about. Nothing else. I know I give him credit for saving the economy. Right? He was a young man at the time. He did save the economy. You know. So the bottom line is this: Obama basically said we got to move forward and like look at these people, the Democrats, right? The economy is tanking or not, and they still have time to prosecute Trump over some bullshit charges and everything. You know, Obama could have had Cheney and them hemmed up for years, but he chose not to do that. You know, he could have walked and chewed gum at the same time. Well, to this day, no one knows the truth what happened on in the Iraq War. There's no formal thing. We still know that that there's still no weapons of mass destruction. But why was there nobody prosecuted? How come nobody was fired? You know, why did 4,000 U.S. soldiers? Why are we in this war that cost billions and billions of dollars, U.S. taxpayer money, and everything like that? That's basically altered the whole entire geopolitical system forever. You know, like put us in harm's way for the next 500 years. You know, but nobody was prosecuted for that war and everything. And George Bush and Dick Cheney got off scot-free, you know, thanks to the so-called first black man in president. He didn't want to rock the boat too. I remember Barack Obama was president, if he coughed a certain way, say, see, that's how black men cough. You know, he was so scared to do his job or say anything to piss those people off, the Republicans off or whatnot. And he did absolutely nothing. But Barack Obama would talk about black people, you know. He'd tell us to get in our place at any time. And he's like, oh, y'all need to whack me up. Well, nigga, fuck you. You know, you half Kenyan ass, half white, half Kenyan ass, you know. He didn't do shit for black people. 8 years in office. Everybody said, oh, Kala, don't worry about it. In his second term, man, wait till he gets that second term. So I was like, hoping second term. That's right. He gets up on his inauguration of the second term and talks about he's going to fight for the gays. You know, I was like, damn. After we just had who was killed, we had Trayvon Martin, Philandos Castile, we had Alton Sterling, we had all these other Eric Garner. We had all these people killed by police and vigilantes in America. And basically, he starts his second term talking about the fundamental right of two people who love each other, two gays to fucking get married and shit. That was going to be his second term. He's starting his second term out with. This is insane. I said, that's what we voted for? I mean, we were lied to. This guy Barack Obama was a politician. He has no soul. You know, one thing I do say about Donald Trump, is at least you know who he is. You know, he's more genuine. Barack Obama, can we actually say after all these years, do we know who he was? No. You know, nobody knows who he is. You know, nobody knows what takes, what does he believe in, stuff like that. He never really revealed himself to us and everything like that. What was his angle? What was he about? No one knew. You know, so the bottom line is this: miss me on these identity politics. I'm not doing it anymore. Just because somebody's black or whatever like that, you know, that he got to say talk slick to me like we just got our support and everything. No, it don't work like that. Not anymore. That's unfortunate for Kamala Harris because I don't know what her policy is. I don't think her policy is good, but she doesn't have a chance. After Obama ruined it, you know, she doesn't have a chance because people like, you know, we heard all this before. We're going to change. We're going to fight for the middle class and blah, 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 blah. Obama made things worse. Racial tensions in this country was not that bad until Barack Obama became president. That's just the truth. Before Barack Obama became president, you would see, where I live at least, you saw black and white people hanging out, Puerto Ricans, Filipinos, everybody hanging out, everybody doing their thing, mixing up and everything. And then when Barack Obama gets elected, you know, everybody became polarized, you know, around race. You know, and what shouldn't have been like that, you know, because Barack Obama, you know, there was nothing black about this man, you know. And now the same thing could happen. Everybody, black people know if Kamala wins, the same thing could happen, even though she's not black and everything like that. You know, the media make it seem like, oh, she's a black woman, blah, 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 blah. And the natural hatred a lot of white people have for black people will just come out and we'll have to suffer through 4 years of Kamala and whatnot, and while we get nothing out of it, you know, we always got to pay the bill for these black politicians running their damn mouth and getting into power and everything, and not delivering anything, you know. So I'm tired of that. American Government X. Now, how are you going to get American Government X to get you a reparations check? That's what I would like to see. I would like to see somebody articulate. You are bringing your case before me, Judge Kala, you know, and arguing for a reparations claim, cast out a reparations case, because it's not going to happen in the legislature, you know, the governor and stuff like that. It's going to have to happen in a court. You know, it's going to have to have a court system. So this idea you're going to go to the legislature and pass legislation through the Congressional Black Caucus legislation and state legislation and local legislation is stupid because they'll die right there on the Senate floor. You know, what you have to do is have a class action suit and say and prove that you are still suffering as a result of your ancestors being enslaved, no matter what happened and whatnot. Or you have to prove that your ancestors were slaves, that you're directly connected to your ancestors being in bondage and everything. You have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. You know, that you got to prove damages and stuff like that. So I want to know how people are going to do that. You know, how you gonna prove that? You're gonna say, my name is Bantu Mandinka. I'm a dusty Negro from Arizona and whatnot. You know, I deserve a reparations check, whatnot, because because my ancestors suffered and whatnot. So I gotta basically get a reparations check, Well, Mr. Bantu Mandinka, what are you gonna do with that reparations check? None of your goddamn business. Whatnot. I'm gonna take me a trip around the world. I'm gonna go to the Philippines, man, have me an orgy and whatnot. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna fly around the world, I'm gonna buy some land over here and whatnot, and over here and whatnot. So Ben Yusuf and Bantu Mandinka and G, like the Three Stooges, are gonna be out there spending their reparations check on a bunch of nonsense and everything like that. And the judge is gonna be like, something, it just ain't worth it. Case dismissed, get out. So but I want to see what these people have to say on that. So let's see. I mean, 25 minutes into the show. I'm not gonna do a long show tonight, folks. And I know everybody's watching the debate right now, so I know we're not gonna get a big of a crowd, So I would like to know how people are going to prosecute this, make the case for reparations. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. This is what's going to happen if you go to court for reparations. It's not going to happen in no legislation. It's going to have to happen in court. If you can get the Supreme Court to say, yeah, reparations ought to be paid, and you can sue the state of Mississippi, state of Virginia, state of Alabama, and everything like that for a share of their wealth because your ancestors, that would be a case you can make. But you have to prove that your ancestors were direct ancestors saying they know you ain't got the records and you can prove it. You have to prove that your ancestors were in that state, that who they were owned by and what type of work they did and stuff like that. You would have to prove everything beyond a reasonable doubt. So I want to know who's going to step right up right here and make the case for reparations on a Voice of the College Nation radio show, as we talk about American Government X. We no longer, people always say, anytime people start talking about, somebody ruining our democracy, America is not a democracy. We're part of, every time I say that, you could tell that I'm dealing with low IQ idiots or third world people who just came here. America is not a democracy. America is a lawful constitutional republic. It's not a democracy. Democracy is mob rule. Democracy presupposes that the will of the people, the whims of, not the will, but the whims of the people should take precedence over the rule of law. You understand? So therefore, any rabble rouser can get in power by ripping up by rallying the masses and whatnot to do the will and do populism and everything. That's how, Julius Caesar came to power. Julius Caesar, as Rome was developing and Rome was moving towards more civilized society, people like Julius Caesar, a conqueror, had no place in this new Roman society. So what did he do? He turned to populism. He turned to war. He turned to the class warfare and stuff like that. And it was all based for himself. He's going to become the deliverer. The same thing you have with the liberals right now running America. They play on class warfare and stuff like that to maintain power. And the bottom line is they give you some crumbs, like Julius Caesar handed out bread and the general welfare of the people, gave out bread and grain to the people and everything like that. But the people lost something in exchange for that. They lost a lot of their power and their personal autonomy because you just gave that to Julius Caesar. And even Jesus Christ said, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. In other words, basically, the things that belong to Caesar and the things that belong to you, the public, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. And the American Government X and whatnot, American Government X clearly wants certain things from you, Render unto American Government X that which is American Government X. So everything else you keep yourself, but render unto the American Government X what belongs to the American Government X. But if someone's watching the debate, I would like to somebody to call in and tell me how the debate's going. I watched a little bit of it, and Kamal looks like she's stumbling all over her words. She sounds stupid, as usual. She's doing exactly what I thought she would do. She can't debate somebody like Trump, and expect to win. Just say a bunch of ad hominem. Trump answered everything she said and threw it right back at her one night. So the bottom line is this was a one chance to really make an impression or whatever. Why did she agree to a debate? She probably did better if she would never debated Trump tonight, and try to ride into the election or whatever like that. Tonight it was like that was the end of her. That was the end of her. And she probably doesn't even know it yet, but I want to give her a case, man. She's gonna go down in history as a person of color, woman running for office and everything like that. But there's no way in the world. America's craziest country. America elects her. That means America's sick. American government X1, the media X1, and all these other people won. And America's just a country that basically is going down the tubes for all eternity. It is what it is. You can't sustain this. What's going on right now? Right now, people all over the country are experiencing waves of illegal aliens knocking on their door, breaking into their homes and whatnot. It ain't something you see on TV anymore. I haven't seen in Virginia yet, but a water warning to these illegals on that. Virginia, we got guns here, and we have guns and we got rednecks here, and the bottom line is this: people don't mind shooting. So if you think you're going to come to Virginia with this shit, with this freaking Venezuela and all shit like that, no. You realize when you get to Virginia right now, you ain't got no authority when you try to charge the police here, the state police and the local police here, and see what the hell happens to you. There ain't gonna be no Joe. We locked them up too. Virginia, they threw Black Lives Matter and Antifa under the jail. Here with a damn man, I went to Virginia, but we're gonna do nationwide protesting, but we gotta leave Virginia alone, man. Fuck that shit, man. People knew to stay the fuck away from Virginia. Because Virginia has a old saying, come on vacation, leave a felon. Virginia's constantly looking for somebody, some reason to throw your black ass or white ass, whoever the hell you are, in jail. We have no problem locking people up, no problem whatsoever. This is a state, you could be walking a straight, narrow and that, and you still get locked up. So come here with that nonsense and everything like that. See what happens to you. But so there's no way you can sustain this, the amount of violence we see and illegal. But the thing is, though, this guy in Ohio, it's not just illegal aliens, right? American factories and everything need this labor. There's this guy that runs a factory, a supervisor, owner, whatever like that. He said, these Haitians come here to work. And the bottom line, America, on one hand, and this is really a thing. It's like we're going back into the time of the Irish and the Know Nothing Party and the Whig Party and the Know Nothing Party. When the Irish labor started coming over here, there was a backlash, a nativist backlash against the Irish that came here, and the newly freed black slaves are coming from the South and everything. So we're back in those times right now. But now the people coming here are coming from overseas and they're coming here illegally. That's the only difference, And so these people the guy said, well, the Haitians work hard. And basically, what he's saying. He said, and the other workers in America, basically you can pay the Haitians half the amount. And they look at the numbers. You can pay them half the amount and they're going to work hard, not complain. Show up to work. He said these guys show up to work. Sometimes they sleep at their stations to get the job done. But bottom line is this. Now you say, why can't Black Americans? No, because you know what's going to happen? In 20 years, those Haitians are going to get tired of working that shit job. That job that they're working at now, they can't pass that on to their kids and grandkids. Sooner or later, they're going to want a piece of the action too. It's good for right now. Some people say, oh, immigrants are so good. No, that only lasts like one generation before the immigrants start saying, I want a piece of the American dream. But government X does not care about it. It doesn't see that. It doesn't tell you that, because it makes you think that, these immigrants are doing so good. They're going to replace the Black Americans. No, just the Black Americans are trying to move into the mainstream and have upper mobility, And so the bottom line is these immigrants come over here. What do you think? They're gonna sit in the shadows of America forever? No, they're gonna want upward mobility and a piece of the action and a piece of the American dream too. And they're not gonna sit here working in shitty ass jobs forever. They're gonna want their kids to be educated. They want their kids to have a better life and everything like that, you know? So when you start doing that and then you can't provide for them, then you're gonna have violence and social conflict in this country, you know? But the people who camping for the illegal aliens, they're only looking at the temporary right now. They're not thinking of the long term. Can you assimilate Haitians into this country? Can you assimilate Venezuelans in the country? Can you assimilate African immigrants into this society? You know? Yeah, most often the answer is no. You can't do that, you know, because the culture is so different. You know, that's why there's so much conflict between immigrants and Black America. It's a culture thing. You know, because people can't assimilate into society and they don't basically understand everything. So that everybody's tribalized and they're a little sects and everything like that. So you don't people don't think about that. Oh, so we're gonna bring millions of people in. So what they don't get along with blacks, whatever like that. So long we ain't as long as they obey white people, they're fine. And that's what the conflict is coming in at. And immigrants know, okay, all they have to do is obey white people, right? Obey white people and don't cause any trouble with white people. I could come over here and basically act like I'm replacing black people because the bottom line. But as soon as it becomes the fact that when they start asking for stuff, like they demand something like that, Black America at least has something where they could make demands and stuff like that. I do give you that. America does owe black people owe Black America. That's why white America really feels that okay, jobs, whatever it is, they always make sure Black America is provided for in many ways for jobs, advancement, and stuff like that. But they don't feel like they owe Black immigrants and other Hispanic immigrants anything. You know, that's the difference. You know, so I know you guys are watching the debate and whatnot, so I can't get anybody to come on the show. You know, viewership is down tonight because of the debate's on, but I'll just stick around and what you call maybe I can play some of the debate. Let's see if I can find it. We'll play this. We'll play something before I bring the guest on. There's these guys called the Carter family. They're young guys who do political and social commentary. They're really, really good. If you ever get a chance, subscribe to them on YouTube. They're really, really good.
gonna think one. On Fox, who they gonna say? On CNN, who
She
they
needs to
gonna say?
accept the other debate.
Yeah.
Why hasn't she done that? Oh
Only
my
one
God.
debate is. I remember they used to debate a few times.
They need to. You're supposed to.
Okay,
Bro.
they say I wasn't tripping. She was.
Bro, what's also crazy? I think they
They
need
said
to
she
not
was about
crazy,
to
but
cry.
bro, she looks like
She looked like she's finna cry,
Are
bro.
they saying that on Twitter, on X?
This liberal guy says she's destroying him.
Bro, in the comment section, they saying
How many likes did that get? 41K?
Oh yeah, 40K, 700.
Saying that
700K
she's
views.
destroying him. Wow.
People saying he's losing.
Bro, I just
it.
don't understand how they can even argue the war thing. And it was literally a peace treaty done, and there was no war. How can you
no wars.
like? It's literally an imagination thing at that point. It's like no wars. We know for
multiple
sure
wars.
nothing happened. Something
Treaty.
happened.
it was a treaty.
So how can that even be a discussion?
Because
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
told y'all she's trying to find her way to separate herself from Biden.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like Trump is doing his debate skills is pretty. I would give him like as far as like he's probably like a B plus, bro. Because honestly, bro, if Vivek and Tulsi was up there, this should have probably been over a long time ago.
Vivek is
Trump's old.
Vivek is the
Trump's
best
old now.
debater
I like Trump.
All right, let's get Bantu Mandinka on. All right, brother. What's on your mind?
What's up, man? What's the topic? American Government X. So what
Yeah,
we
Government
talking?
X. But I want you to articulate like you're in court. I'm the judge. You're in the court, and I'm gonna ask you some questions about. I'm basically saying that being retracted, like you don't deserve reparations. You can't prove anything. So go ahead. Go bring your case to me.
Oh, how you cannot prove it? Just go slavevoyages.com. All the evidence is there.
No,
What are you
there's
saying?
people out there. Hold up. There's people out there now like Dane Calloway who say slavery never happened.
Well, it's too much evidence to show that it has happened.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that Dane Calloway has a bigger following than anybody else that's pro-black out there. He has
I know. Everybody's claiming that Aboriginal stuff now. So
yeah.
I
So
don't
the
know.
bottom line is this: there's more people claiming that Aboriginal the thing. So that basically means that we can make the case, whether it's true or not, that slavery never happened.
Well, if you say it never happened, that's just a bold-faced lie.
But that's what a lot of people are saying. There's a lot of black people online saying slavery never happened.
I know. It's crazy.
There's no hold up. There's no pushback. I seen you and people like you in the chat room talk about too. You was native to America. You got copper color, and now you want to come back talking about come on, Bantu. I know y'all Negroes, man. Y'all all over the place, man.
Bro.
On one hand, y'all are
You ain't
copper
never
colored
seen me
Negroes.
say no shit like
Y'all want a reparations check. You know?
That's a lie, bro.
Man, Bantu, man, I seen you on TikTok, man. Come on, man. Stop.
You see me on TikTok. Oh,
Yeah, you want them Negroes over here talking about I'm a copper colored Native American Aboriginal chicken wing Negro. You know?
I don't even have TikTok.
Hey, you was on there. I recognize your voice, man. You know.
But yeah, it's a lot of people out there that probably really believe that shit. Like, I'm
Well, a
not
lot of
saying
people say
that.
that. So I'm as a judge saying
I'm
I don't.
gonna
I'm
say
like
like
this. I'm gonna have to take that into consideration when I'm talking about slavery. I was saying, how do we know those people weren't voluntarily working on the plantation for a wage?
Well, that's easy. They
Well,
lived
what?
in shacks.
Prove to me
They
that
lived in shacks. They barely could even feed themselves. So how was they getting a wage?
well, they were getting fed, right? It was they were living in shacks, but they were living on land. They didn't pay no rent. Isn't that like what we have today's people living in Section 8? You know, that was a form of Section 8 housing back then. I'm telling you, this is what you're going to hear when you go to court, man, for this shit.
Nah,
And y'all ain't ready, man. Y'all not ready, man.
Slavery was brutal, man. All the way from the first inception all the way up to Jim Crow. It's just too much. Don't Don't get me
prove
wrong.
that it had, and you got to
Don't
prove
get me
that.
wrong. I'm not saying that.
Let me ask you, Bantu. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. What's the name of your ancestors that was enslaved? What's the name? What's the first and last name?
What you mean? What's the first and last name?
No, who is your ancestor, your family? What was their name? What was their first and last name? And
Oh.
what plantation were they enslaved on?
Oh, what plantation were they on? Well, I have to. My cousin did the research. They came from.
So you
I
come
think it
to
was.
court ill prepared. You're coming to court right now ill prepared, for exculpatory evidence that you don't have the evidence right there. You got to get to your cousin. You should have been prepared before you come to court.
Yeah, I mean they came from the Mende, like Sierra Leone and Liberia area, on a slave ship. So, I mean
How
that's
do you know?
easy to
How
prove.
do you know they weren't already here?
I don't know. It wasn't already here because they got the record of it.
Yeah, how do you know they weren't already here? They weren't
The
indigenous
abolition.
black original that speak the Tut language and whatnot. And
Don't get me
everything like
wrong. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't some black people already here.
that's
I'm
what I'm
not
saying. The
going.
bottom line is this: when you say some black people already here, like I know you believe, that cancels out any sort of claim that black people.
No, that
Because
doesn't
they're
cancel
gonna say
out.
black people were not friggin' slaves. They came here on their own will.
They came
They
on
worked
their
for us and
own.
whatnot. We didn't force them to slavery.
Uh,
They were
I
not in
like to point.
captivity.
I like to point you to slavevoyages.com for one piece of evidence.
Yeah, the bottom line is it does not matter if people now testify online every day that slavery never happened and their ancestors were already here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a lot of people like that, but the evidence is just overwhelming. That's why nobody
The
wants to
bottom line
deal
is
with
hold
it.
on, you got and also now you got to prove how do you know that your ancestors worked the field? How do we know your ancestors wasn't dusty and lazy and cost us plantation money?
Well, fuck the plantation. Nobody wants to be a slave, so
I know, but the
yeah.
bottom line is you said that you for your labor. How do you prove that do you have the records? Do you have any records of your the hours your family worked?
The hours.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, from
hours and everything.
sun up to sundown, that was usually the schedule.
Hold up. Do you have the schedule of your ancestors? How do you know that?
Do I have the schedule of my
How do you
ancestors?
know your ancestors weren't runaway slaves? Ones of runaways.
Well, they runaways or not.
No, runaways. You mean you cost the plantation money?
Fuck
How
the,
you know
fuck
your
the
ancestors weren't free
plantation.
blacks? Or escaped slaves and everything. How can you prove that your ancestors worked on the plantation? Do you have any evidence?
Yeah, of course.
What evidence that you could
It's
bring
in
to
the book.
court?
I gotta bring paperwork to court. I can't
Yeah, you
just
gotta bring
say it.
paperwork. That's what they're gonna ask you. They're gonna ask you paperwork of your ancestors, what they did, how much they worked, and how much you think their labor that they lost was worth.
I
Can
just
you do
told
that?
you. Yeah, I can do that.
Well, every individual gonna have to do that.
Every individual gonna have to do that. That will take forever. That's why,
Well, the bottom line,
they
hey, the
have to
bottom
keep
line is
that.
this: either you do that or you get no reparations.
Well, I could do that, but it's bigger than just one person, each individual. It has to be
But the
like a
bottom line,
group.
no, that's not how it works, bro. That's somebody just like when you go to court, you have an accident, a traffic accident. The judges don't say, something to save time. We're gonna give everybody say no. It's like who was at fault, who was driving what, everybody's did who was injured more, and everything. What you see, okay, he hit me, I hit him, whatever. Like, my car spun out, hit him, whatnot. Okay, who's suing who's doing this and that. They gotta get
Okay,
all that
so
straight before
you
they make
willing to
a decision.
deal with it like case by case basis. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly how they're gonna do it.
Okay. Okay, case by case.
Hold on, but the thing is, though, know why? Because what you call reparations don't belong belong to individual. It belongs to the nation, to a nation. We decided that we didn't want to be a nation, so we forfeited.
That's what I was just gonna say. It has to be a nation, but you saying case by case.
Well, that bottom line is
So
black people don't want a nation. You don't want a republic. You don't want your own nation. So the bottom line is you'll never get a big payout.
So what you
Jews
said
got
is
the state
black.
of Israel, so that's why they got the Japanese went back to Japan. The Japanese government gave them a class action. Not only that, Japanese actually was able to bring evidence that the land they lost when they were interned and stuff like that. They said I was on this. They had paperwork, everything in court and everything like that. And so that's what they had to work with. Black people have absolutely no records, no nothing, even with their own family that was enslaved.
So what you saying is black people don't have a nation, basically.
Yeah, of course. I've been saying that for 30 years. What the hell you think I'm talking about? You can't do shit. You ain't sitting until you have a nation or serious about having a nation. You ain't serious about anything else. You ain't serious about no reparations.
So we just scattered people. We just fucked in, right?
Man, thank God you just figuring that shit out, man. Yeah, we're fucked, man. We are fucked. We're like Hustle Smart said, we are doomed, man. We're the laughing stock of the planet, man. You know, laughing stock. Africans are making fun of us right now. Can you imagine being laughed at by the likes of Zongo and Mike Wally and whatnot? You know, that's why I sit back and laugh. I can't really fight against those dudes because I know for more Black America is a joke, man. You know. Let's see what Sister Chantel got to say. Watch out.
Okay, go ahead.
Watch out for the big girls. Go ahead, Chantel.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was eating some real spicy corn chips.
Boy, you tear them down. You throwing down, sister.
I wanted to stay in the chat. I was chatting in your chat, and I'm blocked again or something. Like, what's up?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about moderators. I don't know. I don't see anything like that. Look, I don't know. You got to talk to the moderators.
You gonna blame them again, Carla?
I don't block anybody. I've never blocked anybody. The moderators do that shit. You know, you must have pissed somebody off. You know.
Dang.
I don't know. I don't think it lasts. I don't think it's permanent. You know. You see Frenchie, ask her one night. You know, I don't know who did it. It could be Mari or Frenchie, one of them.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, I know. I understand the hate. But listen, so you were saying that about us with the reparation stuff. Black people in this country, from my understanding, we have never really been able to fight back to give a really because we're not unified. That they know how to infiltrate and keep
unify us all we want, man. You ain't got the means to fight back. You can't bite the hand that feeds you.
So we have never really succeeded off of fighting back. So what happens is that, yeah, you could say we don't got the numbers or whatever, but this is how we always get the upper hand because white people end up fighting each other. And that's how we get the upper hand. It's the same thing that happened when our ancestors, the slaves, were freed. It's because white people was fighting each other, right?
Well, there's some people who say that slavery never happened, that black people were already here. And the bottom line is, and that they were copper-colored American Negroes. They spoke the Tut language and whatnot. They were here 10,000 years before the Native American.
Huh? You know what? Though, really,
no, it's not possible. But that's what people are gonna use to basically say slavery was a farce. It never happened. That's what they're gonna use.
No, it is possible because everybody was voyaging the sea way before Caucasian.
No, not everybody was voyaging. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Africans had no reason to leave Africa.
That's a lie, Carla. You don't know that. You don't know.
You know what's really sad about it though? Even if you could prove it without a shadow of a doubt, these judges and shit won't even, because look what happened to those survivors of Tulsa. They was like,
that's just giving you an inkling of what you're waiting for.
So even if you can prove it, Kala, it's been proven. I mean,
that don't mean you're gonna get paid.
No,
like,
the quantification is the problem. Quantification is the problem, right?
Well, the quantification is easy. If it's 400 years of free labor, slavery, death.
Bantu. Hey, let's back that up a little bit. Like I said, we're technical here on the colonization of slavery. Actually, slavery was only like in America, in the United States, only 250 years. You know, it wasn't
250 years plus Jim Crow plus the 13th Amendment plus.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, hold up.
Actually, if you really want the truth, it's been over 2,500 years because the shit started with Arabs in Africa. If you really want the truth.
What is
they
Arabs
on
in
that-
Africa? Arabs didn't exist 2,500 years ago.
Why do you think Africa is so dumb that they were not voyaging the sea like everybody else was?
Yeah,
Asian.
look. I just look at the American Negro and whatnot, you know, and I look at the black
But
people.
I'm
No,
only
we
saying
didn't
it was
voyage the sea.
possible
But
because
no, it's not
Africa.
250 years. It's not 400 years. Over 2,000 years, actually.
So you want to sue the American government by what
I want to see
some
it. American government,
2025 years.
Africa.
Arabs didn't-
This is a
Hold
world
on,
problem.
Andrew,
This
let me
ain't
give you
just
some
Supreme
history.
Court.
Hey, hello, you're talking to a historian here. 2,500
Yeah,
years
you're
ago,
talking to a historian too.
that was a Roman Empire. There's no Arabs that existed at that time.
You gonna tell me there's no Arabs that existed 2,000
No,
years
it was a
ago?
Roman. Arab is mostly a Muslim, and the Muslims came in the 8th century. You know, that was not 2,500 years ago. That was only like 1,400 years ago.
Hey, Elvis.
You knowing history will help you out when you go to court.
Well, anyway,
I
like
want
I
to
said,
know. Oh, go ahead.
it's been go ahead. You can talk. It's been proven already. I don't know
Come
what else we have to prove.
I just don't know how you can believe that Asians were voyaging the open seas, Caucasians were, but blacks weren't. They were not
No,
voyaging
I'm
the
just
open
saying, if
seas.
the black people were, it wasn't the black people our
Africans,
ancestors were.
Africans.
I don't believe our ancestors were capable of doing that. No,
What? Okay, so do you consider Egypt a part of Africa?
no,
What? Oh, okay,
No.
now you're trolling me.
no.
Trolling.
Black people are going around talking about the Olmecs. Ancient Egyptians was not a black civilization. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. You know, Nubians were part black, and then the Ethiopians were black, whatnot. And there was black people who lived in Egypt, whatnot. But Egypt was a first ever cosmopolitan civilization. I mean, there's people from all over the world lived there.
Okay,
Now,
well, I'm gonna say this right here.
Man.
Since you spoke biblically earlier, I'm gonna say this. I'm very familiar with what's in the Bible. I've read the whole thing. So the Bible does talk about a particular people, that the Hebrews and the Israelites, right? The Israelites come from the Hebrews. The Hebrew people were dark-skinned people. They were black people. A lot of people say somebody
So
might.
you're a Hebrew Israelite now, Chantel?
Somebody might messing up.
So you're a Hebrew Israelite?
Well, hold on. I can't because somebody mic's squeaking. Can you mute?
That's Bantu.
Bantu, can you mute?
Yeah, I didn't know it was me.
Yeah. So no, I'm not a Hebrewite, but listen, they in the Bible, it's clear that they're black people, sir. And let me tell you something. They were
Are they
voicing
FBA?
the
Are they
seed.
foundational Black Americans?
No, that's what you keep on saying black, and I keep saying African. I'm talking way
Okay,
before
are they
slavery.
foundational African Americans?
We're going back to biblical days, way
Oh,
before
no.
slavery.
You said the people Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew black. Were they black people as in Africans, or they were Black Americans?
Okay, so we're
No,
not
I'm
talking
answering.
about,
You got to answer
no,
that question.
I'm answering. I'm speaking of I'm going to biblical times.
You know, the
We
more
weren't
the
in a
more I
picture
hear
at
Hey,
all
that
this,
Akala,
I'm
put
glad.
Janitor
The
on.
more I'm glad I'm
Jonathan's in the
making
back.
this whole movement,
There was
because you
no
think it was
slavery,
crazy.
Carla, at that
You
time.
Negroes are crazy, man. Like I
So
said,
it
I can't
wasn't
believe
black. It was
I gave so many years to you freaking crazy ass niggas, man. I swear to God, man.
okay. He
You know,
trolling. He trolling. He don't
bottom line, I
want
look at
Hey,
some of these
you're not ready to have the
add
conversation.
Jonathan, Akala. He's in the back.
So what?
You're not
You know,
trying to
I'm
have
with
the
it.
conversation. You trolling.
That's why I don't hear John's contrarian shit right now.
But
I
just to
get
let
it.
you know, Egypt, they were voyaging the open seas very much, sir. Just like Asians were and
That don't mean
Caucasians.
you were. That don't mean your
Trading
ancestors
and
were.
doing business.
You have no hold. You have no hold. You have no.
I just said-
You have no connection. You're a Bantu. You're a sub-Saharan African, Chantel.
Listen, even the indigenous people were voyaging the open seas.
No, they
all
weren't. No, they
stayed out
weren't. No, they
different
weren't.
islands
No, they
around the
weren't.
world.
No, they weren't.
Yeah,
No, they
they
weren't. No,
were.
white people
White
had to
people
go
were.
around the
This
world
is white
because
worship.
Europe
What
was
you
a
doing?
shithole. They had
Because
to
you
go around the
think
world
that.
getting spices and everything. Africa had everything it needed in abundance. Didn't have to
Okay,
go
again,
around the world.
this is white worship because you think only white people can do
No, it
stuff.
ain't white
So,
worship. This reality. White people
No,
had
that's
to go around
not.
the world. White people had to go around the world searching for spices, searching for information, everything. We had all the shit right there in West Africa and Africa, to tell you the truth. We didn't need to do that. We Africans used by overland trade, the trans-Sahara routes. European was a mercantile, maritime people. You know, we weren't.
You don't have to be searching for
You
something.
ever heard about the Crew people's collar?
Yeah, I know you're gonna say the crew. The crew never ventured farther off the coast of West Africa. They weren't a maritime people.
Oh my!
What do you mean they weren't the
sailed
maritime
coast to
people?
coast.
They left from.
They never went out to sea. They never went out to sea. Elvis,
What?
stop.
What do you mean
I
they never
say
went
that
out to
to
sea?
God.
They went as far as Nigeria from Liberia. What are you talking about, Kyler?
They never went out in the open ocean. No, they went.
So how did they get from Liberia to Nigeria? What did they go on? The rivers?
The coastal currents. They didn't cross the Atlantic. She's talking about this. She's imagining Negroes crossing the freaking Atlantic 1,000 years ago. That's a lie, you know.
But you believe the Asians and the Caucasians did.
Well, I have no idea what now. All I know is black people, our ancestors didn't have it in them to cross the Atlantic. We didn't have the technology.
What?
We didn't have the know-how to do it. That's the truth.
Damn.
So the bottom line
Kyler.
is the black man has to just hold
I
that
mean,
L.
Chantel, to
They
be
just
honest with
hold
you,
that damn L.
I don't have any evidence to the contrary, so I'm not sure if he's not telling the truth. Because I'm not, it sounds harsh, but I think he's probably right because there's no evidence to it. Maybe there's evidence out there, but I just haven't seen it.
Man. I would love to look. I would love to tell you guys how great
What's that?
we are.
Are
And I
you-
did this
was
for
you a
years.
Christian?
I told y'all that we
I'm a
built
Christian.
pyramids. I told y'all we
Okay,
did. I
hold
was
on.
lying.
Let me let him
We
finish.
didn't build no damn pyramids, and we were never great. We had the
You're
Mali
doing this
Empire.
troll
We had
babble right now.
that's what you can be proud of, but not. But for the most part, man, look, man.
Who
Our
built the
people
pyramids, Paula?
and the rest
Who
of the
built?
world. What?
Who built them? Who built them then?
I have no idea. I know it wasn't us. You know,
God damn.
your ancestors didn't build no damn pyramids. You know.
It said it was the Hebrew slaves that built them.
Ancestors didn't build Timbuktu.
Yeah. What?
They didn't have empires, Songhai, Mali,
Well,
Timbuktu.
actually, to tell you the truth,
Are
man,
you serious, dude?
I really don't want to say something
talking
hurt your
to.
feelings, right? But there's even evidence that the Mali, Songhai, and the Ghana Empire was actually started by the Tuaregs and the Berbers and all these other and the Almoravids, you know.
Damn.
I want to
Bottom
ask
line
you
is
a
this.
question,
You know, bottom line, let's not dig any deeper because we're gonna really be depressed, you know.
Elvis.
Oh, no.
We're gonna be really be depressed.
Boy,
Damn,
That's it. Once
that's
I
why
found out
I
that
asked you if you think white people are better than black people, and you said no. But what are you saying
Well, I
right
just
now?
think they
It's
are,
like that.
man. But hold up. We were the ones dragged into slavery, and they weren't. You know, we're the ones on. We're the ones on our knees for a reparations check, and they're looking at us like we're a fucking running joke on that. So you tell me who's in charge.
No, that's why, because you committed sin against your own brothers and sisters. You sold them. You got to pay for that shit.
Who?
You think you just don't? Your ancestors that sold you, like the nations in Africa, why you think they
Yeah,
failed?
first of all, the nations in Africa didn't sell black. They were coerced into it. You know.
No, they
Court.
weren't.
Not necessarily.
Half of them
I was-
fought, and then the other half they was capitulating. They was in cahoots with it. So
I would
No,
say
there's nobody. That's a lie. The
I don't
people
think
tell
they were
themselves.
coerced into it. I think
Africans were not in cahoots with slavery. Only the Africans.
they
who
were. Some of them were, Carla.
It is
Some of them were.
Like Elvis's
But they just didn't know how
Some of
terrible,
them were.
chattel slavery
No.
was.
Some people are just savages, and they didn't care because they, like I said, you go and whatnot. They freaking people that'll cut you up and slice your balls
Did you
off.
add Jonathan or did he leave?
Oh, he's
So,
down there.
yeah, you can't.
I'll let him in a minute.
Okay, so
know?
now I keep about to call you Zongo. I keep getting y'all mixed up, Elvis.
I think Zongo is watching the debate.
Oh, okay. I keep getting y'all. I be about to call him Elvis and you Zongo.
Let me let Jonathan.
Well, you had a question though, Chantel. I think you had a question for me. Maybe go ahead.
Yes. So, do you believe consider Egypt to be a part of Africa?
Well, of course, geographically is a part of Africa, of course.
Geographically, that culture
Okay.
is not. You know.
Let her answer questions, bro.
Ask Kid Ola about that.
Is there a follow up there, Chantel?
I mean, it sounds like you saying you don't really consider them to be a part of Africa.
No, what I mean is like like you're saying, the people in Egypt right now are not the quote unquote original people, right?
Right.
So they're a part of Africa, just as Morocco and Algeria and Tunisia are part of Africa, but they're not sub-Saharan African as we are, or as I am. I will speak for myself. So that's the point that I'm making. They're mostly, you know, almost purely Arabs or a mixture of Arabs and,
Mediterranean
you know,
people.
So
and
you feel that
Mediterranean
we
people.
Libyans too, and Libyans?
Libyans
No,
are
no.
not
What I'm
African.
what I'm saying, like Kala was saying, the real Egyptian or the Nubians are the people who are in Sudan today. If you're looking for them, a lot of them are those Chadic people from like Chad or Afro-Asiatic people who are in the Horn of Africa.
I agree.
Those are the people who were pushed out of Egypt. You know, the quote unquote original people.
Mhm.
You know, maybe the. So I don't think the Arabs that's in Egypt today are the real Africans
Arabs and
that probably
Berbers are
I
started
two.
the
agree with
first
that.
the first
The
dynasties.
Almoravids and the North Africans are
So
indigenous
even
to
though
North.
Egypt is a part of Africa, we can't claim Egypt to be sub-Saharan Africans because they're not. That's the
Okay,
point.
so do you believe that Egyptians, they've done these wonderful things, great things? They voyaged the open seas, as is documented. They built all type of things that nobody else had yet to do.
Can I tell? Do you believe the Egyptians, people were sailing down the Nile on 50-inch dubs and whatnot?
It's
On the
biblical.
on those barrier reefs, yeah, for sure. But I'm saying like it depends on which dynasty you're talking about. Because like Carlos said, there were different dynasties. Some was ran by quote unquote black people, and others were ran by like the Pala, what is it called?
Almoravids,
The
the
one,
Berbers, and which were Assyrians and all these other people
yeah,
like
the Greeks came in there. You had others,
Greeks,
I'm
the
talking way
Egyptians.
before that. I'm talking the original people.
No, that's about time of
You
Rome
think the
and whatnot.
original people sailed the oceans? You think that?
Biblical. Okay, so you say you Christian. Are you familiar with the Bible and what it talks about in Egypt?
You mean the Israelites coming out of Egypt and going to Canaan, or you're
All
talking
of
about
it.
the Egyptians? Yeah, I mean, I'm a Christian, so I believe in the Bible, but I'm not. I didn't know the Bible talk about Egyptians sailing the sea. I know that God parted the Red Sea, and the Israelite, the Israelites crossed the Red Sea.
Right.
Is that what you're talking about? Or you're talking about just voyaging out for adventure?
They were selling the open seas. Okay, were they not trading?
No, but you know that Egypt. I don't know if you're talking about just Egypt and Israel. They're landlocked. They're neighbors through land. So I don't know. Who do you think Egypt was trading with? I mean, there is the whole north of Africa, like Mizraim. In the Bible, Egypt is called Mizraim, one of the sons of Ham, right? So there were other nations like Libya, which is another son of Ham.
Okay. Let's take it here. You remember in the book of Acts, Paul, he got on a boat to travel abroad. Remember that?
Yeah, that was to Turkey, right?
Oh, listen, we don't know for sure how far and where at, but they were voyaging the open seas. Do you believe that the Israelites, which the Hebrews were black as well, but do you believe the Israelite people were the dark-skinned people?
I mean, to be honest with
The
you,
Bible talks about how dark-skinned they were.
I mean, are you talking about? It said it was a mixed multitude of people, right? So I'm sure some of them were fair skinned, and probably some of them were dark skinned.
No, because it said the people got the Egyptians confused. They thought the Egyptians were also Israelites who were dark-skinned people. They also thought the Egyptians were Israelite. They thought they were all together when they went to bring to bury Joseph. Remember that?
Right.
They thought they were one people, but it was a mixture of people. So clearly, these groups are dark-skinned people.
Yeah, but dark could be.
Wait, hold on. Remember Joseph?
That's what they do. They say broaden the dark skin mean.
Joseph
You can have a tan and the next thing you know, you're a so-called African American.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. Dark skin could be on a spectrum, right?
Let me say this right quick. Joseph's brothers did not recognize him among the Egyptians.
That's what I'm saying. Because he probably dressed like them, and he probably had
No, he wasn't dressed like the Egyptians. Because the Egyptians they didn't favor Israelites because they were shepherds.
No, but Joseph, his story was different, right? Because he had favor in the eyes of Pharaoh and his wife.
Just hold on a second. So Joseph's brothers did not recognize him among the Egyptians. Clearly, he looked like one of them. Because if he looked like an Israelite, they would have clearly seen that this man come from us. Look at how he looked. But he was not dressed that way. He was dressed with favor because you know he had favor there. He was like the king's first hand, right hand man. We get that. But they could not distinguish him from the other Egyptians. That clearly tells you he looked like them. He wore dark.
But that's assuming that, you know, darker skinned Egyptian is sub-Saharan Africans. That's what I'm saying. Because there's a spectrum. Like when you see Indians, for example, they're darker skin, right? But they're not sub-Saharan Africans, right? There are people called what's the word?
Dravidians.
What's the word?
Dravidians, black. They have black skin, but they're not Indians.
Yeah, but you know those people that got the real dark skin but blonde hair, what are they called?
Aboriginals.
Melanesian.
Melanesian. There you go, Carla. That's what they're called. The Melanesians.
DNA connection with black people in Africa. They have no DNA.
Yeah, but they're really dark, right? So that's what I'm saying. So if you're saying that they
race,
right? So it could be a mixture of multiple things, because like even the Ethiopians, people classify them to be white.
Thank you, Ja. Thank you. I know I'm not tripping. It's been a long time since I read, but listen, I know I'm not tripping. They were all dark-skinned people. Period.
Doesn't matter. That don't mean they're African.
Yeah, dark. You know, that's what I'm saying, Chantel. I may agree with you on some, but dark skin doesn't mean black sub-Saharan African like I am.
That's not what I'm saying, though. That's not what I'm saying. I also want to bring it to your attention. You remember the Maritime people when Joseph told all 12 of his sons that where they lived and. Well, he didn't tell them where they lived, but they had a group of them. I think it was the Gad, the tribe of Gad that was married.
Gad.
They lived on the water. You don't believe those people voyaged the open seas?
I mean, we are speculating. Then we can use our imagination and use conjecture, but you know, if the Bible didn't explicitly say, I'm not just going to assume it. But again. Hey, you know,
okay, well, let me ask you this one thing, and I'm gonna be quiet. When it comes to Asian people, do you think they were voyaging the open seas? Because look at South America. I mean, look at Central America. All through there, the natives. You can clearly see those people have Asian bloodline in them. You can't see that.
I mean, there are black. You know, they call that thing. They call the Sentinelese people in the Indian Ocean. You know, you heard about those people, right?
No.
Collar.
They killed that white Christian dude.
Yeah, so they've been protected because they haven't been exposed to the modern world, and they're black. Black people with nappy hair, they look more, sub-Saharan Africans. I don't know how they got there, so maybe you can make a case for those guys because they're clearly on the subcontinent.
A lot of black people running around now.
They got to do the Asians.
Slavery never.
But what I'm saying, there are sub-Saharan people who are not in sub-Saharan Africa. They're in the subcontinent of Asia, in India.
Okay.
So, and those are people that look like us. So maybe you can make the case for those people. Now, when you're talking about the Indians or the Asians looking South Americans looking like Asians. I don't know. I don't know where all the people.
Because those people were voyaging the open seas. White people.
But what do you classify Polynesians as? Are they Asian? Are they Native Americans?
It's a mixture.
No, Polynesians are definitely Native American because they got the same theology. In other words, they believe in the three oven theories, right? They believe in, like they say.
I'm talking phenotypically. I'm not just talking about beliefs.
Like the Native Americans and the Polynesians, and all the way down to the Philippines, and everything believe in like the three mankind theory. They said the white people were left in the oven too not enough, so they became white. They're put in Europe. The black people were burnt in the oven, so they're put in Africa.
Ooh. What, Carla?
And I'm gonna say this one last thing and let you speak, Jonathan, because you haven't spoken. I'm gonna be quiet. Now I got this one last thing to say. Here it is. Here it is. What you gonna say about Noah boat that he built and voyaged the open seas? That was the open seas.
That's what I'm saying. If you assume that the
hold on 1 second, was not no technology,
Noah was black.
But it floated.
Yeah, that's assuming that Noah is a sub-Saharan African. That's assuming that.
This is what I'm saying. Wait, no.
Chantel, was Moses black?
It was no technology, y'all.
Hell yeah, Moses was black. Don't do that, Colin.
How was he black? What was black about him?
But you're making it complicated talking about technology with
All
when you
right,
build
this is
the
what I'm
boat.
talking about.
Black.
This is what I'm
But
saying.
Moses, Noah, Noah is different, Chantel, because God just told him he wasn't doing any kind of steering, he wasn't doing any kind of navigation. Just get in the boat, close it up, and wherever you land when the flood goes down, that's where you are. So it
So
wasn't.
you're saying God
Right,
kept the boat
if
afloat,
like
Yeah,
I said,
pretty much, right?
people
but
will
the
say,
other
people
people
say,
who came
oh, we're gonna have a
after,
serious case of reparations. All they have to do is bring you Negroes in and let you talk and whatnot, and they'll say, "Look, man, get these people out of my courtroom."
but
Well,
the people who
Chantel, let me
came
tell you something right
after,
now, right? Let me tell you
they
something right now.
needed technology to sail and stay afloat and travel
Let,
overseas.
let me tell you something right now. In
Come on now,
Africa,
hold
in
on. Not
in
Zonda.
2024, I don't know any African country that are building ships that are seaworthy that can travel, transatlantic.
Oh no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna
No,
do
if
that.
you, I
That's
say I don't
because
know,
they
but
do
if you
not
know, you can tell
have
me.
the
Are there
resources.
countries that's building ships? These, big ships that can go across the ocean
They
in
don't have
Africa?
the resources, Elvis.
No, that's what I'm. No, it's not just resources. You think we have the know-how to build these,
Trust me, they know
technological
how.
advanced ships
I can't
that can
believe
go
Elvis,
across the
I
ocean?
think what needs to be considered is the fact that in the beginning it wasn't always big ass ships that were transporting people.
Africa never had
There were people
that go
there
across
were
the ocean.
people that would go across these
There's
oceans and
no
shit.
evidence. There's no evidence. There's no evidence. Somebody that lives
Kala,
out
you
man
use a big ass
already
ship when you want to transport hella people.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about today, Jonathan.
Not in the
Right? If
beginning when you want to
we
just go
building
to another
ships today
location.
that is
I know, but I'm
seaworthy.
saying Africa is no proof that Africans had the technology to sail across the Atlantic.
What
Kala,
technology?
let's prove that Africans had technology that other countries didn't have or other
What
people didn't have.
technology was that?
We started this shit, Kala.
Well, we started what? That's a lie.
Everything, Kala.
Everything like what? Everything like name
They
one thing.
came to Africa to learn, Kala. They didn't learn this shit in Europe.
Okay, if that's the case,
Europeans are dumb
hold on.
people.
This is what I'm
They
talking
learn
about.
last.
Oh,
They
this is what
steal
I'm
everything from around the
This is
world.
what
You
I'm
know
bringing
that
out
go
of, right?
green. Let's go
I
green.
ask
That
people,
comes
okay,
from
what exactly did
Libya
African black
somewhere.
people build? And they can't tell you, right? When you look at freaking
Kala,
other
have you heard of the
world,
sundial? The thing that the Egyptians created to keep track of time?
Mhm, I heard
hold
of
on.
it.
The bottom line is this: when you look at the rest of the world and look at Africa and whatnot, you can see what they built thousands of years ago manifesting what they have right now. Cambodia,
What they build, Kala?
temple that took them 40 years to build. Show me any
40.
stone structure in Black Africa.
They sure do steal everything.
How they steal it? You know? How come Africans, everybody steals from Africa, but Africans can't build anything themselves?
Why
Yeah,
they go
that's
to
what. And
Africa every summer?
I hate to say it that I agree with Kyler, man. Let's not try to delude
Don't
ourselves,
agree with
right?
Kala.
It is
No,
a
I'm
truth, though.
saying,
It's
I could disagree with him when it's warranted, but I think like if we had the know-how on how to do great things in the
we wouldn't be here
past,
in
we're not
America.
doing it now.
We wouldn't be
Even
here right
building big stone
Wait,
structures, we're
hold on.
not even doing it.
Elvis,
No, we would have
are
lived
we
it.
not? Are Africans not doing it now because they don't know how to do it?
If we had it
Or
in our DNA, if we had it in our DNA,
Why
shut it.
why you muting Jonathan, bro? Relax. I mean, what do you got against him, bro?
I don't like nobody talking over me when they're talking stupid. He just trying to be a
Oh, God.
contrary, you know?
Damn, Kyler, bro. I
You know,
mean,
so the bottom line
first it
is,
was me. You kind of let up on me. Now you're on Jonathan. What did he do to you, bro?
let me say this, right? If we had the know-how, right? If we had the know-how like people say we are, we would not be in the situation we are in America. We would not be able to sit here in America. Well, we would have been down, left this country, and built a nation of our own. Don't give me that crap about what we did and whatnot.
That's what I'm saying too. I agree. Like I said, I agree with you on that point. Like it's about the know-how. Or we don't know how to do those things, and I don't think we've ever
Just had a
demonstrated.
young man in Africa somewhere that made it where TVs and stuff did not have to use electricity to work.
So the bottom line, I'm sick of all this goofy stuff about what the black man built. What
You
the black
do
man built.
remember
They
that,
can't build
Elvis?
shit right now.
Yeah, I mean those are one-off situations. You gotta be able to industrialize that little technology, on a bigger scale to be effective.
The white man goes around
Oh,
stealing everybody
Elvis, you
else's
sound
shit.
like you've been whitewashed, man.
I know people say that shit, but I just like to live in reality, right? If we were capable, we would be doing it right now. That's just my point.
You guys are being white supremacists and black skin. You know, you guys go around the world. Black, that's what a white man does. He hadn't built shit, but he goes around.
I mean, we can say we was this and we was that, but right now we ain't nothing. I mean, let's talk about it now.
Right now,
because if you're saying those are technology that we lost, on how to do
We never,
things.
we never
If you
had
want
them,
to, yeah, if you
we
want to
never
make that
had
argument, fine. But I'm saying right now, we don't know how to do it. The whites have been building ships for centuries. They came from Europe to Africa to India. They've been doing it, and they still know how to do it. I'm saying in Africa today, I don't know any country, you know, that can build ships that is seaworthy, that can get on the ocean and travel from one point to another point.
So
I come from a seafaring people. The crews, you know, they're really great at, you know, at navigating the ocean or the rough waters. But we still build canoes. The same way our ancestors built it, that's how we still build it.
Yeah,
We don't build
I'm in
advanced
like her
boats.
and whatnot. What you call it? They're just now starting to build motorize their craft and whatnot. You know, it's still
Yeah, so I don't think we had the knowledge.
So when those white people say, "Oh, that just hurts me to hear you say that," oh my goodness, when them white people say,
do something to change it and whatnot. You
Okay,
know, don't
when
leave
South
something for the next generation.
When South Africans say that the black South Africans will not survive without them because they don't know how to farm.
Oh well, I don't know.
That's true.
I tend to agree with that to a point, right?
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
you
mean,
troll Elvis.
No, listen to what I'm saying, right?
They don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah, you know that when the Dutch came from, you know, what they call the Boers and the Dutch, when they came from quote unquote civilized, you know, I won't say civilized because it sounds like we're primitive. Well, they came from developed, you know, nations that had buildings and structures and all of those things. When they came to Africa, and Shaka Zulu and them were still living in huts. They didn't have the kind of buildings that, you know, they had in Europe and Africa. So the Africans there, they didn't build the skyscrapers and the road system. They didn't build the infrastructure of the nation. That's why we criticize them, right? And God bless Nigeria, because Nigeria, for all of this, you know, is false. Their infrastructure and other things that they have, they build it. Thank God for their little, you know, for their crude oil that allow them to have the money and send their people out to get the expertise, and maybe they hire some foreigners, right? So the point here is that the South Africans, if it wasn't for the white man, they would be like most other African countries in Africa, underdeveloped, trying to do better. You know, that's how it would be.
A mud hut is prehistoric. That's like 10,000 years. People stop living in muds like 5,000 years ago and start building limestone and stone buildings and stuff like that. The modernization of the world started when people moved from mud huts in the village to like cities and whatnot, you know? So if after 10,000 years of recorded civilization, you still living in a mud hut, that means you never had civilization to begin with.
That's not true, because
I mean, you can have a civilization, but not you're talking about, you know, architecture, you know, color is different. Civilization and architecture, they're not always mutual, right? You can have a way of governance, you can have a social structure that's part of a civilization, but the architecture of your civilization could be.
I have yet to see anybody in all the years of doing Pan-Africanism, I have not seen any advancement or progress or anything in black people or Africans and whatnot. And black people who believe in Pan-Africanism are the dumbest, ignorant,
right.
the most
And you know, Chantel, I'll tell you this, right? We hear white people say this shit to kind of, you know, we say they're racist when they say what has African contributed to the world. And I say there are little things here and there that people contribute, but on the grand scheme of it, right? I mean, we're still a primitive people in terms of, you know, developing, inventing, you know, doing things that people can look at us and say, oh, those guys are technologically advanced. We're not. And, you know, we have to come to the realization that it's a fact.
We have today, black people created. White people
I mean, Jonathan, having a big part in an invention is not the same as refining it and, you know, industrializing it. You know what I mean?
Give me some proof. Give me some proof, Jonathan.
Carla, you know the proof.
A man built the
the father of gaming was a black person.
Hold on, give me
the father of what?
Do you deny that? Do you deny the father of gaming is a black person? Go look it up, Colin.
You said gaming? Like video
gaming? The person that invented the modern gaming system. That's a black person, Colin.
What does that got to do with building civilization?
The father of hard transplants is a black person, Colin.
No,
I mean, just name me the field that
but
you
when
want
you
to
say
dive
black
into.
person, Jonathan, you gotta remember though, they went to school in this country. They went to school in the United States, so they were probably taught by white men.
They wasn't
probably
even
had
allowed to learn
the help of
at
white
that time
people.
period, bro.
By no white man. No, they were not.
Have y'all
They
seen the
learned by
movie?
their damn selves, and white people saying, "Oh, these
So what does that
motherfuckers
got
are
to do?
smart.
What does that got
Look
to do
what
with
they
Africa?
created. Let's steal
That's
that shit."
What
Have
have
you
what
seen
does
the
that have to do
movie
with
Hidden
Africa?
Figures?
No, wait.
Damn.
Hold
Come
on.
on
Let's
now.
Have you seen the movie Hidden Figures?
Y'all
let's
praise
find
white
this.
people
Let's
too
find this
damn
out.
much.
Let's
Fuck
find this
them.
out.
No.
Let's say
I mean,
black heart surgery, open heart surgery. Let's just find this out.
yeah.
Let's do this
What
Westbrook.
hospital did he perform that surgery in? Which tools were he using to perform the surgery? Who invented those tools? So I'm saying we can do great things if we're in the right
Bro,
environment, right?
you got
If
to
we're in the right
understand, white
environment, we can do
people
great
will
things.
claim everything that
Exactly.
they
Black
people
people
earn or
they couldn't
Buy
own.
even
your
get
stuff.
They
You claim
didn't
they
create
couldn't
it.
even get the
When white
fucking
people were in
taxes. They
control of
had to
America,
white
America
people
went exactly ass nowhere, nigga. That's why they
Yeah,
need to
okay.
keep
Yeah,
us
I'll
smart,
give you
because it's
that,
going to
Jonathan.
help
I think
them.
they had a head.
We're sitting here at the bottom of America, right? Okay, now
But
that this
Carla, they had the benefit of
Carla, you at
250
the
years of
bottom of
slavery, bro.
America at
Not
the
a lot of
barrel of the
countries had
gun.
that benefit. So yeah, they did benefit from black people labor.
You know they ain't
Carla,
invent shit.
Okay, here's
Carla,
the guy
will you
right here. Here's
admit
the guy
that
right here.
when white
The
people
guy,
were going through the
the
Great
guy right
Depression,
here. Here's
black
the guy
people
right here.
weren't?
Here's the guy right here,
Man,
Daniel Hale. The guy looks
white
like a white
people
When
was
James
so
Cornish
fucking
arrived at
They
privileged.
Providence
bombed
They
our
Hospital
Let's
country.
in
watch the
They
video,
bombed
1905,
our
guys. Let's watch
areas
the
and
video.
put us into
1903,
the.
his
Oh
life was
Lord.
hanging in the
All right,
balance.
here's the guy. You
A
guys want
stab
to know about
wound
the
to the
first
chest
heart
had
heart
sent him into
surgery,
shock.
right? First open heart
Dr.
surgery. It
Daniel
was not
Hale
heart
Williams
transplant,
thought
open
there
heart
might be
surgery.
damage to the
South
heart.
Africa had the first open
Armed
heart
with only his
transplant.
training
You
and
know,
instincts, Dr. Dan, as he was called, would attempt something
I know history, man.
unprecedented.
So you talking to somebody who
The
knows their
surgery
shit.
lasts 6 hours. He is very much in experimental mode. It was a very crude operation, if you can imagine. You know, they had to saw the chest open,
It was the
remove
first
2
heart
of the
surgery,
ribs.
not
One of
the
the
first heart
nurses
transplant.
faints during the course of the surgery. There are people watching him do this, and it had never really been done before, that you would actually
All right,
touch
so
his
what, Colin?
beating heart.
Hale Williams would
Would
sew up a
they even know how
in
to
the pericardium,
transport if you
the
didn't
sac
never open up
around
the
the
mother?
heart,
He had the
thereby
first
completing the first successful open heart surgery.
successful
And just
open
as
heart
important,
surgery,
he
not
became the
heart
first surgeon
transplant.
to
The first
successfully
heart
open the
transplant
chest
was done
cavity
in South
without
Africa
the
by white
patient
South Africa.
dying of infection.
The man was
They
in the
wouldn't even
hospital
know
for
how to
51
open up the
days.
fucking chest if it wasn't for the
He
first open heart
actually
surgery.
outlived
So
Daniel
what are
Hale
you talking
Williams.
about?
He went on to live 50 more years.
Even before the groundbreaking surgery, Dr. Hale Williams was a trailblazer.
He's mostly white.
One of the
as his
few
damn self.
African-American surgeons of the early 1890s.
Bear,
He
you
is
know,
also
he's
credited
black,
with another
barely.
first.
You guys, well, okay, we want to claim
There was
everything. As long as
a
you can
young
claim
woman
this
named
black one,
Emma
that guy can be
Reynolds
white and whatnot.
who was
As long
aspiring
as
to
he
be a
says he's black,
nurse,
whatnot.
and
Oh
she'd
yeah,
been
black people
turned
did this, black
down
people did that.
by
Man.
all of the nursing schools
Niggas
in
so
the
full of
city
shit.
because of
I
her
mean,
color.
Carla, you're taking
So,
it too personal,
so it
bro.
was
I
at
mean,
that
black people
point
have
that
contributed to
Daniel
the
Hale
I know it.
advancement of the
I know.
Williams
human race,
Not
pretty
always
much
showcase
but
black
not to the
had
accomplishments.
level
enough
that we
because
But
think.
when
he
people start
knew
sounding like
about
black white
the
supremacists, when that's a problem I got.
and the barriers.
Hale
And we
Williams
built
founded
everything when
Provident
that.
Hospital
Don't
and
insult
Training
my
School for
intelligence.
Nurses in
And we built everything.
1891,
Why the
the
fuck are we
country's
Yeah, a
first
lot of things that blacks in
interracial
America have
hospital and
helped
nursing
invent. If
school.
they were in Africa, it would
We
probably
didn't
be no
benefit from
chance,
it. Like George Washington
you know,
Carver
no chance of it,
invented a whole.
because
He invented like
African
500 products. He
nurses
died penniless and broke.
and
What was that
African
to
American
celebrate?
patients were barred from hospitals and
all
the
these
like.
inventions are from African Americans, not continental Africans in
But
Africa.
he died broke.
And that's
He
because
didn't.
the
He
proximity to
wasn't
white
able to
infrastructure,
count
whether
it.
it's through the medical field or
A shining
you know,
star
technology.
at that moment.
A star
Elvis,
that
we weren't
shining
allowed to learn, go to school, or anything. So whatever we learned on our own, bro.
Jonathan, I mean, some of these inventions happened in like the
Bottom line is this:
60s and
We can't get
70s.
credit to no university.
We built that in this civilization, this country. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure the environment has something to do with it,
But
right?
we
Because
still
sometimes
came
you
from
can look at
Africa,
something.
bro.
So the
Say that
bottom line is,
again?
everybody's African when it's convenient for them. On one hand, we didn't come from slavery. On one hand,
Black people,
we're
African
already
Americans
here.
benefit a lot
Carla,
from
as
living in
an
this
Already here.
environment,
FBA
We're
bro.
AUS
already here.
supporter,
We'll
even
own
I acknowledge the African descendancy.
chicken wing Negroes and that. We're already here. We spent the
Oh,
Tut language. Slavery
Oh,
never happened.
man.
Proved that there was a slave ship. I heard it all for years. And
Don't
now
be like Dean
as
Calloway.
people who are so
Dean
ashamed of
Calloway
African
said there's no ships, there's no history of ships. So no, slavery didn't happen. You know, the guys are already here.
Yeah, but on one hand, Africans
There's
just fell here
plenty
thousands of
of
years ago.
history of
And then
ships.
on the
I
other
don't
hand,
know
they're
where
saying,
y'all
well, there
get
was no
that
slave
shit
ship that
from.
could have brought enslaved people over here in slavery. Even Zongo's laughing. The black man in America is a freaking joke.
Zongo, come on the platform, man.
Hey, can
You're on
I
the
say
line.
this right?
Cargo ships.
Let me say this
Oh,
right
Carter,
quick.
see, that's a Bantu. Let Bantu speak. He believes that's crap. But he
All
don't
you
slave
gotta
ship
do is
exists.
go to slavevoyages.com. It's like the record is there.
So you say you.
So
I know
you,
you don't
so
believe
Bantu,
slave
you're
voyages
Indian
happened.
or you're Native American?
No.
We just skipped past the queen talking. Until got something to say. Go on, baby.
Thank you. So I just looked it up. African civilizations and innovative things they did. They contributed mathematics. That's
What
ancient Egypt.
mathematics? What
Nah,
mathematics?
that's from India. Math is from India.
No,
In
it
Arabia,
says here
in Arabia.
ancient
No,
Egypt.
there was math before Indians contributed.
Ancient Egypt, which was black
Egypt,
people. Like
Egypt, the
you said.
Are
Arabs
you
gave
talking
us algebra.
binary, like the
Oh, the
Ifa,
algebra,
the
Talking about
divination,
algebra and
binary?
geometry.
gave us
Algebra and
algebra.
geometry,
Gave
that's
us
no sense.
the Arabs gave us algebra. The French gave us geometry and stuff like that.
I'm only
The
telling
French
you
are
to
the one
say
who cracked the Egyptian hieroglyphic codes.
ancient Egypt, and Elvis, you say ancient Egypt was Sudanese people. Medicine, ancient Egypt. Some of their medicines, dental care and stuff like that. Architecture and engineering, Zimbabwe. So they Zimbabwe is known for their impressive stone structures.
And there's still no evidence that we
Without
Africans built.
Get him, Chantel.
So they built, I guess they built some type of fancy stone houses or whatever. Iron smelting, you know, whatever that is, it was Nigerians.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was the Nigerians. They did some type of advanced iron
And
work.
no one's gonna take. No one's gonna take.
Yeah,
take
that's from
anything
like the
from
kingdom of Benin with their bronze work.
Farming.
No one's gonna take anything what Africans did, but when you start saying something,
Shout out to my Benin
we
family.
invented everything and whatnot, you know,
We did everything, Kala. Everything.
Astronomy, Kala.
We built everything. We
Every
built
motherfucking
everything.
thing,
But
nigga.
why you sitting there? Hold on. Why you sitting there on
I
your
don't
knees
give a
asking for
fuck.
reparations check?
I ain't asking for shit.
Kala, before we get to whatever white people created, we have to go to the Africans first. And that's where we come from.
Make your case for reparations. You failed.
Hold on.
No,
before
you
there was
said I
telescopes-
failed. You ain't no
Kala,
fucking
you
failed.
failed.
You failed. You
Fuck
failed.
you think
Before
you
the
is?
telescope, astronomy,
You
the
didn't fail. You didn't make your
people
case.
had that pat down.
I made my case.
No, you didn't. I asked you a question. You couldn't answer them. I said, "Do you know your family's names of your family that were enslaved?"
I do. Miller.
Huh? That ain't
Miller.
your real name, bro.
Exactly. That
They
means
came
that
with-
we
they
weren't
came with
enslaved,
that
right?
That's not even your government name. Stop.
I know the
Building
name.
navigation. 1 second.
I
That's
know the
ancient
name,
people.
nigga.
Oh, what is it? No, first of all, don't call me a nigga. And what's the names?
All right, my bad, brother.
Why you say the N word like that rapper, Mr. Pot Scripper? That's how he says it.
Who?
Say something right quick.
My
Both
bad, bro.
building
I
and
ain't call you
navigation.
on nigga like that, but you know what I'm saying.
Both building.
No, I don't
and
know what you're saying.
All right, y'all don't want to hear this. Both building and navigation with it, they sailed across the Red Sea. And up and
You're
down
talking about
along the
another
Nile
race. You're not
River.
talking about sub-Saharan Africans.
No, we're talking about sub-Saharan African.
Yes,
So
you're
because
sub-Saharan
a
African.
part of
You know,
African
you're not-
gets conquered, they're no longer African.
Hold on, you're not. Hold on, no, they're not black Africans.
Oh my God, no.
You're not. They're not black Africans. I am so sick and tired of that.
Elvis.
You know,
Kala,
you're
there are
not
black
they're not black
Africans in Libya, in
Libyans are not black. They're not
Egypt.
Libyans are not black.
Not
They're not black
today,
Africans.
Kala. There are black Libyans today, Kala.
Yeah, the slaves. Yeah, they're called Haritans. They're slaves, black slaves.
Call on some self-hate shit.
Oh,
I ain't
Kala.
self-hate nothing. Just the reality. You know, you bring your black ass over to Libya right now. See what they do to you.
This is our
Put your
Afro
chains and
Stanley
whatnot, you know?
bullshit.
You next time you go to Nigeria, hike up to across the desert to Lisbon and see what they do to you.
Kala, I'm not afraid to go to places that your ass is afraid to go
No,
to.
I don't need to go to these places like that. You know, you just go to
You
Libya
should want
right
to go
now
to
and
these
see
places
what
like
they
that,
do to you.
Kala.
Oh, they're shooting black people like crazy in Libya right now just for being black.
Kala, you scared to get shot?
I'm saying, yeah, get off my show. Get off my goddamn show.
Why you gotta do that? Come
Motherfucker.
on now.
You know what I mean? Because I hate when motherfuckers come on my club acting like he gang. He ain't shit. This fake ass nigga, man. You know, please don't do that shit with me. I'm not the one. Don't play that shit with me. You ain't built like that, John.
You gotta have a brain, Carla.
He ain't built like that. He's not built like that. I'm gang and whatnot. He's gang. He go up there. He's gonna go to Africa, Libya, gang and whatnot. Bullshit. I'm here to fucking set these niggas fucking straight. I'm sick and tired of freaking talking shit. And the black man in America is the most talking shit.
Kyler, we like your platform because it's free and open, man. Don't be putting me in the back, bro.
30 years of listening to niggas bullshit and whatnot. I'm fucking fed up with it.
Put him back on, man. Don't do that, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm sick of his ass, you know. Oh, you scared, Cole, and whatnot? Yeah, you're right. Like you gonna go to Africa. You gonna do something. You gonna rise up and do some shit. Get the fuck out of here. You know, tell that to somebody else. I know you niggas. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. When a black man did this.
Kyler, you need to take a break and go downstairs. Put Jonathan back on and go downstairs for like 30 minutes.
Go downstairs, no place.
God damn.
I wish a dollar bill could come on tonight. I need some sanity here. I wish David Dollar Bill could come on and whatnot, you know. They're probably watching what you call this is a true scared person. Scared person, like, shut up. Nigga's fake.
That debate stuff is over.
Well, hopefully people start coming in, you know. John DeMille, he said he's not even brave enough to use his fucking real name and shit. About somebody scared. He can't even fucking use his fucking real name. Can't show his ID, identification.
I don't know if I don't hear Jonathan talking crazy to you. So what's the animosity from?
No. When I say something and I know I'm right, and I'm talking logically, you know, I believe in logic and reason, and you start talking some crazy shit and when that gaslighting me, I don't like that shit. If you have
Bro, you're too smart. You're too smart to get gaslit. You know.
So the bottom line, when people start saying stupid shit that's basically unfounded and everything, like I said, in order for you to have a debate or discussion, you got to have basic things that's everybody knows is common. Hey, when you start talking shit like, let's pretend like slavery never happened and let's do all this stuff like this, you know, you're insulting my intelligence. You know, and all the stuff people talk about. Oh, the black man invented everything and everybody stole from us, but you ain't got shit to show for it. You know? So the bottom line is I can't stand that stuff. You stand on your square, good or bad, you take that L. 400 years of getting our ass kicked, man. We guys got to take that L. Then we could do better. You know? We don't want to support black people who are actually doing stuff in the community and building stuff. All we want to do is just talk the same stupid shit, not getting no place. You know, that's why other people come over here and they laugh at us. That's why immigrants laugh at us. You know, and that's why I say people like Mike Olawale, whatever you say about him, he's right. You know, Zongo, they have every right to laugh at us. We don't know who the fuck we are. Only black people in America have this identity crisis thing. Black man built everything. Black man built pyramids. The original Chinese were black. The friggin' the Shaolin monks were black. You know, the samurai were black. You know. Everybody black. Well, you know what I'm saying? Are you from Africa? I ain't from no goddamn Africa. You know, man, get the fuck out of here, you know? Niggas steady be lying. They don't want to be, they're ashamed of their African ancestry. The only time they can identify Africa is when they talk about they built pyramids or something like that. They ain't freaking serious about no Africa. But me, I'm like this, Elvis, you got to admit, right? I'll take being African, the good and the bad. I'll say I'm from sub-Saharan African. My ancestors in Africa probably never built shit. They're probably poor, living in a village somewhere. Next thing you know, they were kidnapped and sent to America. I ain't gonna say I was a king. I'm descended from royalty, and I'm great. We built this one, that, just to pump myself. No, because I have every intention of building myself up now. So no matter what I came from, this is where I am right now. That's real. We got too many people sit around not doing nothing with their life or not, dreaming about some past history that never existed and some fake ass future like you're going to get a reparations check that's never going to happen. I'm tired of hearing it. You know, if somebody else want to do that, like me and Bomani, we're on the same page with that shit. Motherfuckers going to sit around all day talking about freaking, oh, we built this. What are you doing now? Nothing. What do you got now? Nothing. Where's Africa right now? Nothing. You can't even put a goddamn oil refinery up, you know? Which all the industries in Africa run by foreign companies and everything, you know? You mean tell me Mali was once called the Empire of Gold, but yet you go to Burkina Faso and all these countries, only foreign companies mine and take all the gold out of Africa, but yet we built civilization? Come on, stop. You know? No wonder women in the world don't respect us. Because we're not real fucking men. We're a bunch of shit talkers online. And the internet's the worst thing that happened to black people. All we do is sit online, talk shit all day, and blow smoke up each other's ass. And that's the truth. That's the absolute truth. People don't like hearing the truth, but I tell you the truth. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh yeah, you built okay, Kang, you built civilization, blah 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 blah. No, you guys show and prove. That's why I defend my ancestors, what they did in Liberia. Against all the fucking odds, they was able to build a civilization on that coast. You know, that was the best thing that ever happened to Black Africa. Liberia was the best thing, the only verifiable thing that happened in Black Africa that we could say, boom, we did that shit one night, and you can't take that away. Our fingerprints are all over that country. The stone buildings, the temples, the buildings, everything like that was black hands that built that shit. That's why I love Liberia so much. You know, so that's what I'm talking about tonight. I don't want to deal with no more fantasy ass black history, a fake ass black history. You know, so anybody else want to come on tonight? Anybody else want to put the link in the chat?
Did you kick Chantel out too?
I didn't kick her out.
I
Came
think she
out.
did left.
She was
But
left
now,
for
for real, Carla, like I was going to tell you this again. No share to Dynasty, but I prefer your platform more than Dynasty's because you don't engage in that politics talk all the time, trying to push a narrative, which is good. You have an open platform. You invite people. You let them speak their mind.
Y'all let people speak their mind until you start gaslighting.
But I mean, you're smarter than that. You're a man. Don't let another person gaslight you. And I don't think he was trying to do that. He was just saying his opinion. I don't know. Don't be so angry with Jonathan. I think he's a cool dude. I don't see the
asked the question. He said black people performed the first open heart surgery, and they said, "Oh yeah, same thing." No, it's not the same. It's a first heart transplant. No, I know from studying history, the first heart transplant was done in South Africa. You know, a black man did the first open heart surgery.
It's an opportunity to educate him.
Kala, you said I'm not Jonathan Miller. Do I have another name, Kala?
Kala, instead of saying Kala, I was wrong. I had it misunderstood. I jumped the gun. I was like I said, hold on. Look, just like I said last night. Exaggeration is a bastard child of enthusiasm.
Kala, your real name is not Kala Genesis.
I know my name.
My real name is Jonathan Miller. I don't hide who I am.
My name's on my PayPal.
I stand by what I say.
I'm saying so.
Whether white people like it or hate it, you scared though. You got to impress your white colleagues. You got to impress your white colleagues. I don't have white colleagues to impress.
I don't try to impress no white colleagues and whatnot, you know?
Yeah, you do.
I'm in the real world and whatnot. I'm not no fake.
The real world is white people, Kala. There's no world outside of white people.
I don't only exist in social media. I'm a real person in real life.
Kala, who I am on social media is who I am on real life. If I'm anti-LGBTQ on social media, I carry that in real life and I'll die by it.
I don't go around there like trying to troll and shit like that.
Online, you anti-LGBTQ. In person, you're like, hey, bitch.
Jonathan, stop it, bro. Gotta let you back in. Don't do that.
Getting salty and gaslighting and whatnot. I never did.
We laugh at that Kala in Nigeria right now. It's so sad.
What?
Kala, you gotta stop being so damn sensitive. You're supposed to be a man.
You know? I just don't like people.
I'm disappointed in my New York people.
Like I said, when I say stuff and whatnot, like I say, we Negroes always love joking, laughing, whatnot. When I say I'm fucking serious, I mean something, whatnot. I asked you a question and you didn't answer the question.
Charlie, you've been disproven on multiple accounts already by me and Chantel.
You said that black people formed the first heart
transplant.
You know,
Kala,
why don't you say why don't you come and say I had that wrong? Why can't you say that?
No, Kala. No, Kala. I could prove that happened.
Hey, Zango, join the screen. Join the live, Zango.
Don't bring
Kala, he has a different opinion.
Up here.
No,
he has a different opinion. That's fine.
Okay, did black people
Kala
perform
has
the
old
first heart
information that he
transplant?
doesn't want to give up.
He said black people performed the first heart transplant.
Did he say that? I don't
Is
think he
that
said that.
Yeah, he
You
did that.
said that. No, I don't think he said the first open heart.
No,
And
he
you
said
said
the
that.
first heart transplant.
No, I don't think he said that. He said the first open heart. Did you say that,
Oh no,
Jonathan?
he initially said the first heart
no,
transplant.
no, Elvis? But let him talk on.
But hold up, then when I
It
played the
makes him feel
video,
better.
it's an open heart surgery. Yeah, open heart surgery. Nobody doubts that.
No, you said
Kala, I got
they
a
did the
question.
first open heart, but not the first heart transplant. You were saying that even though they did the first open heart
Open
surgery,
heart
they didn't do
surgery.
the first.
I know
They
what I
didn't do
said.
the first heart transplant.
No, yeah, the South Africans did the first heart transplant.
Oh my God, are they black people?
The white one or the black
The
ones?
white one or the black ones, Kala?
The black person's they took a black person's heart and put it in a white person.
Oh
I'm
Jesus.
saying what the doctors that did it were they black or white?
Yeah, white. You know what do you think? It was
Bro, don't mind him.
during apartheid South Africa.
Okay. All right.
God
That's
damn,
good.
people don't know basic history, man. Shit.
I mean, we don't know
Kala,
all
you
these
don't
little
know
things,
basic
bro.
history.
Jonathan, come on, man. Let's keep it cool, bro.
Me,
I'll try it, bro.
you go here and do a show like I can. You could break down history like I can. Since you can't, all you do is come over here running your freaking mouth. You don't know
Damn, Kyle.
history like I know history.
I ain't never heard you and Jonathan go at it like this. I don't know where this whole.
No, but freaking the bottom line, I don't like freaking people.
Elvis, this started when I attacked his generation for not leaving my generation shit. So we have to build up
What the fuck is
and make sure the next generation got shit.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he got mad about it.
Generation. I don't go by generation. I go by what you,
You
are
got to go by generation, Colin. That'd be like me accusing my son, who's just a baby right now. Nigga, you didn't have this, you didn't have that when you grew up. What's your problem? I should have left it for him. That's his problem. What kind of father am I?
It's my responsibility to leave you shit, you know? My father didn't leave you anything. I spread on
Yeah, but Colin, what do you leave for your...
Jonathan, I'll tell you this. Carla has said this. He don't owe anybody nothing. Not even the black kids that got no daddies. He don't owe them no type of mentorship, no nothing. So I know that for a fact.
I do it inside the goodness of my heart.
Hey, Elvis, of course, he don't owe nobody nothing.
No, if it's like if I do it,
but expect everybody to listen to him in Afghanistan.
I do stuff for people all the time, but that don't mean I owe anybody anything. You know, that's what black people always think. Somebody owes them something.
Carla, it's called loyalty to your own people.
I don't have
you
no
don't
loyalty.
have it?
Hold on, nobody has no loyalty to me. What the fuck? I got no loyalty to anything. You know,
no loyalty at all.
Loyalty to my family and myself. To be honest with you,
Dang, Carla, how you going to build Afghanistan then? If you ain't got
you ain't building no Afghanistan. You ain't figured that out, Elvis.
Somebody else doing shit. You know.
Afghanistan died a long time ago with Colin.
We continue to be loyal to people who fucking stab you in the back and don't want to do shit and sit around complaining, crying all the time, whatnot, you know?
Colin, Hitler got stabbed in the back. He still built Nazi Germany.
Crying, reparations, racism, and blah, 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 blah.
Who stabbed Hitler in the back, Jonathan?
Himmler did. That's one person.
So that was close to the war, bro. I don't know. I know Rudolf Hess did. He tried to go to Scotland. Yeah, Rudolf Hess probably tried to go to Scotland.
All over the globe and be like, these people had traitors in the beginning and then it always happens. I expect the college to be, as an older person, I understand that.
Is that if you have something that you mutually believe in, I don't believe in nothing you guys say, so we're not freaking. How can you be a traitor to something that don't exist?
I believe in Afghanistan, but I just don't think you're the right fit to lead it.
No, it doesn't exist. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't.
I believe it. I just don't think you're the right fit to lead it.
Shit, you know? All you gotta do is sit around and you want me to make a spectacle of myself and whatnot, talking about this shit all the time, but you ain't serious.
Carla, if you are about doing what you say you are doing, you would make a spectacle of yourself trying to accomplish it.
Social network up, and when I know who participates in the social network and who's talking to who and everything like that, and I don't see none of you. You know, the only person I see participate is IC3. As the only body that communicates to me every friggin' day about what's going on.
That's it.
That's the only person I take seriously.
That's it.
That's it.
That's a bad sign, Colin.
No, except for my people in Liberia. I'm talking about people in America. Whatever.
Colin, you shit on Liberian all the time now.
You guys all full of shit. You guys all talk shit about that. Blah 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 blah. Want to lecture me about friggin' anything? I don't take lectures from nobody who ain't fucking building shit. In my opinion.
I agree with you, Colin. Don't take lessons from me. I'm a nobody.
I'm saying, so I didn't tell you were a nobody, but you want to be a nobody.
No,
go
no,
right.
I'm saying I'm a nobody. I want to
Where's
keep it that way.
where's
I'm a nobody.
G want to come up here and get some of this? G says, Colin, what do you think our African ancestors have built in this country? You know, the bottom line is we built a lot of shit in this country, but we didn't benefit from it. You understand something? If you're out there on a guy is building a house and everything, it's like this is how black people think. Let's say you got a job and you're helping build a house and whatnot on a block or whatnot. You're saying, man, it's nothing but woods here. And you're part of a development team. And next thing you know, you're working, killing yourself, working everything. 5 years later, you see the neighborhood and you tell everybody, like, I helped build that neighborhood right there. So you feel you have every right to go just bum rush somebody's house or show up in somebody's backyard because you say, well, I helped build this place. Well, no, it's not yours, though. You know, it's not yours. You can only build what you build and keep what you can hold. We didn't build nothing in North America. We built it for somebody else. Sometimes we're free and sometimes we're paid. But we can't have nothing to claim in America. Nothing that they can't take away or contest. Kyle, what do you think about Soulja Boys? I don't know Soulja Boy. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of stuff that's going on. What's going on with rap and everything. Stable said cause of products of African indoctrination by the U.S. So this is another FBA clown. So the bottom line is I'm being indoctrinated about African. I'm being Africanized by the U.S. government. Do you guys ever stop and think how stupid you guys sound when you talk?
No, we sound too intelligent.
Indoctrination by the U.S. government. What the hell has that got to mean? You know, the U.S. government is coming how giving college secret freaking African lessons. What the fuck? I mean, I swear to God, and you guys think you're going to make some case for reparations? You know,
Kala, you're getting gaslit again.
If you were a lawyer,
you're getting gaslit.
If you were a lawyer, could you make a case for reparations?
Not with America. If it was any other race,
then we can't depend on you.
For any other race of people, I probably could. Because you know why? Because other races of people would have moved on.
Other races of people did less.
They would have moved on, gave up on trying to be American, built their own nation, went back to their black people were so self-hating and whatnot that the only thing we wanted really to be white. That's why we like the hair straighteners, the wigs, the bleaching skin and stuff like that. We did everything we could to try to mimic and ape white people and whatnot, you know. No, we were.
Carla, you the one said you were trying to be like Donald Trump. That's a white guy.
Who said I was going to be trying to be like Donald Trump?
You said that in your previous shows, Carla.
No, look. How the fuck am I going to be like Donald Trump? You didn't hear me say that, bro. Stop.
Anybody in the comment section, if you ever heard Carla say that they wanted to be like Donald Trump and they thing, please comment. Please comment and say that you've seen that.
When did I say I wanted to be like Donald Trump?
Oh, Carla, don't.
I'd be confused with my brother Brandon.
Carla, I'll be back. Give me about 30 minutes.
Yeah, Jonathan, stop gaslighting him.
That's not gaslighting. He actually said that shit.
When did I say that? No one can vouch for that shit. I said I wanted to be like Donald Trump. What the fuck? You crazy?
You said black people wanted to be like Donald Trump, and that's why y'all created the P. Diddy's, the Master P.
That's what I'm talking about. 2 minutes ago, you said I said I wanted to be like Donald Trump, and then you say black people want to be like Donald Trump.
Yeah, yes, you said it, Colin. You said we. When you say we, that includes I too.
I said black people admire Donald Trump because he.
Are you not black?
Money. I did not say I wanted to be like Donald Trump because I don't worship money like that.
You don't worship money?
No, I don't worship money like that.
So you should have said some black people, not black people.
Like Lord and Savior Tariq. I don't do everything for the almighty fucking dollar. You get it now?
You don't do everything for the almighty dollar?
I don't give a damn if people contribute to me. I say I live here to say what I got to say. I said black people want to be Donald Trump because we want to be like
we once again we.
Sorry, collectively, not me as an individual. I saw us collectively. Just saw Donald Trump as money. That was the 80s. Yeah, people wanted to be like Donald Trump in the 80s. You know,
in the 80s when we had the first black billionaire, y'all wanted to be like Donald Trump.
The bottom line is this: yeah, that was on the wave of Trumpism and everybody that the people that the Michael Milkins and all that stuff like that. That was the 80s time period.
You had a black billionaire. Y'all wanted to be like the white guy.
One of the billionaires, black people, not just Donald Trump. Everybody wanted to be Reginald Lewis. Everybody wanted to be all these people like that. That's what I was saying. I didn't say I wanted to be Donald Trump. That's a different thing. Listen to everything I was saying. Black people wanted to. I said our generation didn't want to work in the factories anymore. We wanted to be fucking what we were seeing on the TV. We wanted to be. And then in the 90s, it was the moguls like P. Diddy, Carl Kanai, and Russell Simmons and everybody, something like that. We wanted to be that. You know, I did say that. But I never said I personally want to be Donald Trump, man. What the fuck? Stop lying on me.
Carla, when you say we wanted to be like Donald Trump, I have to include the I in that.
No, I said
I would never be like, we want to do something and not include myself. That doesn't make sense.
On the whole,
Carla, did you have a good day at work today, bro?
What?
You had a good day at work today?
Yeah, I had a good day at work.
Yeah, bro. You seem real tense tonight, bro. Just cool it for a bit. Take a nice little drink or something.
I just
chill out.
People. One thing check this out. I don't mind criticisms against me, right? But I hate when people lie on me. When people try to twist what I say around. Just like if you want to freaking come at me. You know, come at me right. Don't come at me sideways. Just because I give people a lot of stuff to attack me with. You know, legitimate stuff you can attack me with. But one thing I don't like was when people gaslight and lie and say I said something or say I'm about something that I'm not. That's the only thing
Carla, I would never do that to you.
You just did it.
I respect you enough not to do that.
You just did it twice. You know.
No, Carla, I'm actually going to pull up the video of you saying that. Though.
You just said, Carla, you said you wanted to be Donald Trump. Well, where the fuck did that come from?
You
I
Carla.
never said that.
Okay, Carla.
But
Carla, if I play you the video, you saying that, Carla, I want to sorry. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Now, if you would have said, Carla, back in the 80s, I know you wanted to be Donald Trump or whatnot, you know, I'll say, you know,
I know he did.
Like this. But you said right now, 2024, you want to be Donald Trump. That's what you said.
No. Not 2024, Carla. I'm talking about
Now you're trying to change it. That's what I'm talking about. The way you stated it, you said you wanted to be Donald Trump. That's saying that right now, Kyle Justice wants to be Donald Trump.
Carla, we're not talking about in your old age. We're talking about in your younger days that you guys admired Donald Trump, and that's what y'all looked up to, and that's what y'all wanted to be like.
That's a difference from saying that. You could.
So when you say everybody did, that includes you too, Carla.
Said that. Instead, you said Kyle Justice wants to be. You said you want to be Donald Trump. What does that got to do with the fact that I said, yeah, back in the days, everybody wanted to be like Trump because he had the money? Two different.
When you say everybody, that includes you too, Carla.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But I'm saying, but you said, Carla, right now, the man you are, 55 years old, you want to be Donald Trump. That's what you're basically saying.
No, not currently, Carla. I don't think you want to run for president.
No, but you said it like that. So somebody listening who don't, if I didn't say nothing, they would walk away from the conversation, think like that. That's that Nakmeezy shit.
That's Nakmeezy. I don't like him.
Stupid shit. He put stuff out there and think I'm not going to freaking say anything and let it ride. No, it don't work like that.
But Carla, in your younger days, you wanted to be like Donald Trump, right?
I didn't say I wanted to be like Donald. I said everybody admired Donald Trump. Everybody wanted to be rich like Donald Trump. That's the thing. I wanted to be. There was a cartoon that was out when we were kids called the Richie Rich Show. He was so rich, he had gold every place, and he was a kid. Everybody wanted to be Richie Rich. My sister was so obsessed with this show and whatnot. We had a nice house, middle class house, and everything. But we would sit there. My sister Trina, my late sister Trina, passed away 8 years ago. She said, we used to always do these games where we always pretend like we were rich, you know, and we pretend like we were Richie Rich. When we like pretend like we had billionaires and when stuff like that, you know. So that's what kids do. I was just a kid. You know, I was just a freaking kid. So naturally, we grow up, and when you admire the people that's famous and making money, and when you want to be like them.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But don't sit here.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be like Tupac. It is what it is.
Kyle Genesis really wants to be Donald Trump.
Maybe if I was a little bit younger, I might want to be like Eminem.
You were trying to imply that I want to be like Donald Trump right now.
I never want to be like white people in any kind of way.
Trump.
I hate them in all ways.
No, because why? Donald Trump actually cares about people. I like that. I don't really care about America. And I won't go to the lengths of trying to save a country that ain't worth saving. You know, that's the difference between him and I. And I ain't gonna waste my time. If I was his age, If I was Donald Trump, I would not be freaking trying to run for office to try to save this country. I let this country crash and fucking burn. That's the difference between him and me. So it's thing. FBA Learning says Colin was pretending to be Brian Gumble like Carlton. Oh wow, man, that was a good one. That's when you're being funny. You know, what I'm saying? I can live with that, man, because that's actually pretty funny. You know, Brian Gumble like Carlton. Yeah, I gotta admit that was funny, man. FBA young boy, man. How you gonna come out with call me Carlton and shit? Oh my God!
Why you keep calling him FBA young boy? It's FBA young lion.
Oh, young lion,
Yeah.
Oh, yo, isn't there a rapper called Young
Tyler
Boy?
listen to NBA
Yeah,
young
that's
boy. music.
that's NBA young boy. You
Oh,
listen to his
FBA
music?
Young Boy. Oh, okay, man. I
That's
don't
good,
know.
Tyler. I like
I
that
don't.
idea that you listen
I
to
don't
NBA
know.
young boy.
I
He
don't know.
dope.
I don't know. FBA Young Boy, Young Lion. Okay, it's Young Lion. Dan
Tyler,
Collins.
when I invite you to Nigeria, you gonna come?
I'm not going to no goddamn Nigeria, bro. Get that out of your head. Yeah, I'm not going to that fucking shit.
I heard Benin has a lot of
You go
witchcraft
to
there. We'll take
Liberia?
Carter
What's
to
I'm not
good?
bottom line,
Benin, bro.
I could go to Liberia because I feel my ancestors. Monrovia is a beautiful city. I don't care what you say. Somebody else like that. Monrovia,
Lagos is
last
beautiful.
time I've been there, is
Abuja is
modern
beautiful.
library. It's a
Port
beautiful
Harcourt
city.
is beautiful. There's a
Also,
lot of
the
there's a
bottom
lot
line
of
is,
cities you can go to in Nigeria.
I have nothing in common with Nigerians and whatnot. I have a lot
You
in
ain't
common.
been how you know.
You know, I don't have nothing in common with Nigerians.
Yeah,
So.
you got your skin tone in there.
I
That's
don't care
not
about skin tone. When skin tone means thing, I'm not one of those black people that, we're skin blue, black and whatnot. We're sort of black together. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Oh man, Carla, what's
Carla,
going
could it
on
be
with you
possible
tonight,
that you
bro?
listen to negative Nigerians online?
Okay,
You think
so
that's a
bottom line,
What's
perception of
going
the
on with you
people?
tonight, Carla?
I got nothing to do with Nigeria.
Alcohol.
I wish them all the best and everything like that. But let somebody else go. When I don't have nothing to do with Nigeria. You know,
All I
nothing.
need you to come to Nigeria,
I'm
bro.
not going to Nigeria. And I'm not going with you either.
I'm begging you. Oh God, I beg you all. Come to Nigeria.
I'm not going to Nigeria. When I, what am I supposed to do? Like Afro Think Tank? Oh, look at Nigeria. I'm in a crusty.
They got some
He's not here.
fufu. They got some fufu and igusi for you in
Nah, I
Nigeria,
don't
bro.
eat nobody's fufu.
Hey, Elvis, no one do
How
fufu around here,
would
bro.
I go to Nigeria? If I stay there for like 5 days, that's 5 days of me not eating nothing. I'm not drinking no water, no eating.
Pounded
Bro,
yam.
it's called jollof rice.
I'm not
Jollof rice with suya and the stew on top. That shit was lit.
out of that country, man.
Domino's Pizza, Burger King after that.
Say maybe I'll go.
I ain't telling you nothing crazy.
Domino's pizza, I'll eat that shit. I'm not eating no.
You don't like Domino's Pizza?
I said if it was pizza or something like that, I'll eat it. But I ain't eating no.
Well, they got Domino's Pizza. They got Pizza Hut. They got all kinds of shit.
Carla, you know you're on that Ozempic diet, bro. You can't be eating no Domino's. Come on, bro.
Eat Domino's. Don't do that.
Bottom line is, I am not eating. I would not go to Nigeria and eat that food. I would not eat anything. Places looks dirty, man. And maybe show me something different but what I've seen in Nigeria people eating out of this big ass pot on a dirt ground and whatnot. No, that's disgusting, man. Fuck out of here, flies all over the place.
Carla is like that in Liberia too, bro. It's like that in Liberia.
I have a lot of things. I know God's gonna punish me one day for all the shit I've done, man. But not like that,
Carla, it's okay. It's okay.
Liberia, it's like being in America. Like,
I can assure you that Nigeria would be better than Liberia in every kind of way.
I don't think so.
Whatever you're looking for in Nigeria, you'll find it.
I just meet
In
Nigerians.
Liberia, you only got Monrovia.
Nigerians, I'm like, no, we're not the same, bro. Just say so. Why would you go to Domino? What am I gonna eat? What else would I eat? Fucking what's that called? Zuko, whatever that what's that stuff Dinas eats off the roadside? Dinas be eating roadside.
Suya. I think it's called suya.
Everything in Nigeria. God bless. Hey, suya is the shit. Don't do that.
No, that's what Carla is saying. He's looking for the word suya.
I bow to that. That's a daily thing for me.
Y'all go right ahead. You're saying, Jonathan, are you sure you like what the Haitians eat?
Bro, you eat beef? Do you eat beef jerky, Kyla? Do you eat beef jerky? Do you eat beef jerky?
Capturing dogs.
That's suya, bro.
dogs and cats, eating their dogs and cats out of people's yards. They can't be doing shit like that.
What part of the internet how you are, bro? My brother-in-law is laughing at you, Colin.
You think they eating dogs and cat in Nigeria, Colin? Come on, man.
In Ohio, they're doing that right now. Ask Mari Shai. You know, the Haitians are kidnapping people's ducks, the dogs, the cats, and eating them and whatnot. And I'm like, damn, man. You know, and Diane said, well, our Haitian brothers and sisters, man, shit, niggas, don't stop eating people's cats. My Haitian brothers and sisters, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know, I wish them all well because they're working hard, man. They work hard, and they're gonna replace Negroes in Ohio because they actually work. But like I said, do you think after 20 years they're gonna still be working those shit jobs? Hell no, hell no. Them Haitians gonna be like, yo, man, I want a piece of the American. It's like I did. You know, I was like, yo, man, I don't want to. My father had a great job, everything. I should have went to my father's job. I should have went to civil service, or I could have went to the city and worked for Con Edison and whatnot. But no, be rich. You know, I want the American dream, whatnot. And so I didn't go.
Kyler, what's going on with you tonight, bro? You sound unhinged, bro. You good?
Yeah, I'm
You
good.
had a bad day at work, Elvis.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm good. You know. Somebody said, "How do you like snail?" And that's another thing. People eating those big ass nasty snails.
Those snails taste very delicious, Colin.
Jonathan, man,
I know because my wife ate one and she liked it. I didn't join in.
Let me guess, Jonathan. You're really a Nigerian, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a Nigerian.
Yeah, you're a real Nigerian.
He's not Nigerian. He's in Nigeria.
Brother, don't worry. I'm Nigerian, oh God. When I walk around Nigeria and people hear my pidgin, they be like, nigga, where you from?
We're in Nigeria.
We're from Benin, oh God.
Yeah, so you were born in Benin and whatnot. Y'all be eating some crazy shit, man. I'm like, damn.
Benin don't eat no crazy shit.
Say,
all that weird shit happens in Lagos. Where Mike had to come up here and defend his people.
What don't you eat? Let me ask you a question. What don't you eat?
Most of the shit that's in Nigeria.
So if I shot at
I'm a suya dollar rice ass person, and if it don't have stew in it, I'm likely not gonna eat it at all. Just starve to death.
From the sky and it landed on your plate, would you skin it and eat it?
What?
A vulture.
Oh, that's your generation now.
You know what I'm saying? A buzzard. Would you eat a buzzard?
My wife made some beautiful baked chicken today.
A baked chicken buzzard?
Baked chicken. Party wings.
I'm saying some buzzard. Was it chicken or was it some crazy shit? I know Liberia got this thing called.
Kyler, that's what your wife made, not my wife. Now, don't mix our wives up.
At least in Liberia, I'm honest about it, right? I said, don't be showing me no goddamn guinea fowl. That shit is nasty. Elvis can eat it because Elvis got sharp teeth, you know.
You talking about the gizzard? What are you talking about, buzzard? You said the gizzard?
What the hell is you talking about, Kyler?
The guinea fowl. You know, the West African chicken.
Yeah.
The what?
Yeah, I don't like no gamey meat myself, bro. My mom cooked that shit when I was younger. I don't like it.
I'll be a bad person if I wasn't honest and be like, you know, I go to the most imported grocery store ever. Like I have a bottle of Ciroc right here. I drink ginger ale. I drink Arizona iced tea. I kind of suck, Colin. I'm not really as Nigerian as I would like to be. It's okay though.
Knock yourself out, man. But you know, bottom line is that I got.
The day they start selling Reese's Pieces out here in Nigeria, I would do a backflip.
You eat bushmeat in Liberia?
No.
Of course he does. Don't do that. Kyle eats everything in Liberia.
Yeah, I'm sure you eat dried fish. You eat some of that smoked fish.
Kyle eat the kids that were left over from the Civil War.
Okay, Jonathan, too far. Too far.
You saw the lobster meal we had at Nana's Lodge, the video I played with Bomani. Have you ever seen that video?
Kyle might eat my son if he could.
Elvis, have you seen that video of me in Liberia?
Yeah, I saw a couple of your videos on your channel.
On Bomani channel. We were at the Nana's Lodge one night. That was like the best buffet I ever had. We had freaking jollof rice. We had freaking lobster. We had everything, you know. We had lobster.
Liberian jollof rice is better than Nigerian jollof rice.
Jollof rice.
Hey, shut that shit down.
For
Elvis.
real, for
It ain't
real.
close, bro.
Akon
Hey,
from Senegal said the
we
same
would,
thing. He said Liberians make the best jollof rice.
Elvis, we would
Let's settle
jump
that
on
now.
you.
You guys
Elvis, you
put
talking to me
tomatoes.
now.
You guys put raw
When you,
tomatoes in a jollof rice. That shit is weak as hell, bro.
come on, Precious.
All
Knock
our
that
shit is
shit off the
cooked
wall.
in our jollof rice, bro.
Babe, listen to this bullshit. Liberia ain't got no jollof rice, Elvis. What you talking about?
Yeah,
Bro, what are
sure.
you talking about? We win the
I ain't
competition the
got no
most.
damn jollof rice.
You think jollof rice is indigenous to Nigeria? It's from Senegal, bro. Everybody
It's from
adapted
Senegal.
that shit.
From Sen-
Yeah.
It's from Senegal, but Nigerians have made it better, okay?
No, not with that sour
Yes,
ass tomatoes they put in that shit. That shit is.
bro.
Carla, you agree with me, right, Carla?
I would not eat nothing from Nigeria. So I couldn't tell you.
Carla
won't
say
eat
eating
anything
shit
from
from Nigeria,
Liberia.
bro.
Kyla go over there eating imported fried chicken, okay? I'm not listening to him.
Nigeria. I don't know what I would do. I would starve when I flew over there. You know, I ain't nothing in that country.
Kyla, you were starving in Liberia. That's how you lost weight.
No. I
No,
was.
Carla was on the Ozempic diet in Liberia, bro. Stop it.
He was on that. I'm in Liberia diet. He passed up eating everything that he could. He said, I would never eat in Liberia again, though.
Now, why is Blonde Man taking shots talking about Liberians use human flesh?
Because they do.
That's fucking
Well,
funny.
Hey, Kyla, I seen this documentary.
Oh,
I
please.
am going to eat the heart.
And that was actually in
I was like,
Nigeria.
what?
In Liberia.
Kyla, are you best friends with General Butt Naked?
Nigerians were in there fucking.
Why did they call you Butt Naked? I fight naked.
Yes,
You can buy clothes at any time, bro.
A lot of those people came from Ivory Coast, the hinterland, freaking Sierra Leone. They weren't all Liberians fucking up like that, you know. A lot of people came from the bush, you know, in the war, you know, doing all that crazy shit.
Carla, they were all Liberians. Don't try to sugarcoat it. We did some terrible things in that war. We did some savage shit. That's the crux of it.
Weren't Liberianized. You know, it's the people in the hinterland, people like brought jungle warfare to a whole new level and shit, you know, when they got unleashed on the cities. Yeah, that's a tidal wave of.
Yeah, they bring that African shit, and it happens in most African countries. If you kill a powerful general, the savage thing to do is to eat their heart and game their courage. That's what was going on, and that shit was fucked up and barbaric. Let's admit it. Nothing wrong with that.
Elvis, are you saying that Black Americans should take over Liberia and make it better again? Make Liberia great again?
Don't gaslight Colin. Don't gaslight him.
Give themselves.
Elvis, I'm telling you, I think Black Americans should take over Liberia again, and I think we should donate all of our money to Liberia and building it and making it a great, successful country.
Liberians will figure it out for themselves and whatnot, you know.
Carla, don't do that.
They'll
Don't do that.
figure it out themselves.
There'll be 10 people left by the time that they figure it out on themselves.
I would not tell nobody to waste their time. In that, you know, I would never do that. You know, although only thing I would tell people in Black people in America is go there, take a trip there. You could probably own property there, take a trip there, and everything like that. But to settle down and say this is all I want to be is and live in this country and give these motherfuckers the power to govern you for the rest of your life. Are you crazy? You know,
Carla, I think you had one bad experience in Liberia with that soldier being rude to you.
You know,
and then you turned evil.
Elvis,
towards
you know,
Liberia.
legislators. That's like some out of Planet of the Apes or whatnot. You guys are fighting. You know, it's like some out of Planet cackling, doing kicks and clacks. You know, making odd sounds and whatnot. You know, doing gorilla sounds and whatnot. You know, damn man, some out of Planet of the Apes and whatnot. You know.
Don't do Liberia like that, Colin. It ain't that bad, bro.
You can't govern me, man. All I kept saying was, man, 2 more days, I'm back in the States, man. I'm like, yo, man. I'm like, 2 more days, I'm back in the States. When they arrested me and shit, I'm like, God damn, I'm in these motherfuckers' hand when I got arrested. You know?
I was sending this live to your wife, Colin. Let her see what you think about her people.
What?
Elvis, don't sow seeds of destruction.
What you say?
I said I'm gonna send this live stream to your wife and let her see all this crazy shit you be saying about people.
Well, she says the same thing, man. She wants the fuck out of there, man. You know,
And you're her ticket, Carla. That's why she's lashed onto you, bro.
I said she. I know. Hey, look, we got a good thing going. I'm trying to get her out of there, and she loves me for it. You know, she ain't trying to stay in that country, man. Get out of here. You know, bad things just keep getting worse and worse. Life is hard, oh. Life is hard, oh. You know, I said, yeah. Look who y'all voted for, George Weah. I was like, yo, man. I said, okay, whatever it is, you know. So it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, life is hard, though. You know, life is hard in Liberia. Oh. And like I said, man, I wish Liberia because like I said, what thing I will say about Liberia, the native Liberians, whatever like that, they never really had a chance, you know. They never really had a chance to shine and show the world what they could do, you know. And like I said, I'm the biggest champion of the native Liberian. I am. People think that I'm a Congo person for Congo. No, I'm not. I'm actually, I believe in the native Liberians more, you know, because they're the ones.
Carla, don't do that.
What?
You've been shitting on the native Liberians for a very long
That's
time.
what I said, but you know something? They come to me like one guy on the tour, like Wayne, that chick Wayne. She's sitting there trying to give her native Liberian sob story, and after I put her in her place, all the people with her, except for her stupid ass niece, were like, Katie was like, Colin, man, we thank you for telling the truth, whatnot, because I'm so sick of it. I said, don't be scared to speak up. People like her live in America, and they want to talk all this stuff about the Congo people. So, yeah, but they even worse. The way they were treating the driver, we had a driver on the bus, right? And they were letting the driver fucking sleep on the damn bus. Like, he was like a slave, right? Guys had no rest, no nothing. He's sleeping on the damn bus. Nobody feeding him. He had to wait a whole month to get paid. And he was only going to make $200 at the end of the month. So me and Bomani said, no, that's right. It said, when we have food meals one night, we make sure he got a meal with us on that. And then the one night, we took him out. Me and Bomani went out and we went to Robertsport. We took him out for drinks and whatnot, you know. Say, yo, he said, man, he was like sitting there like so nervous, like he wasn't supposed to be with us. I said, yo, bro, let me tell you how we get down. We keep us family, your family. Sit down, bro. What do you want? Order them drinks. Everything wasn't never you in his life used to being treated like that, you know. And I said like this. So I won a lot of native Liberians over just by just bringing them around us and just showing them a good time. And people saying, you know, these guys are cool, you know.
Well, Carla, you got to keep doing that. Eventually, you'll be able to build Afristan in Liberia.
No, I'm trying to build no Afristan.
And then when Nigeria breaks apart, Edelstead will become a part of Afristan.
Liberians build their own Afristan. Liberians will do it too.
Carla, you can't have no faith in Liberia.
I do got faith because of the people on the ground that I know. All Liberia has to do is stay to its constitution, being a black republic, and it'll be fine. The ancestors who built Liberia was, you know,
how's that working out now, Colin?
It is working out good, you know. Nobody.
Your wife is saying she wants to get the fuck out of it at all costs. That means that's a bad thing.
Own property in Liberia.
Carla, my wife says I want to stay in Nigeria for the rest of my life, or I would be scared. Okay.
Well, because Nigeria's a shithole, man. I don't blame her, you know.
Liberia's the worst shithole. Nigeria at least has opportunity.
At least when you're in Liberia, you know, even Bomani said that you feel like you're in a black state, you know, like white people.
He's selling tourist packages. I don't listen to that.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, no, he just said it to me candidly. He said, look, he said, over here, man, he said, when he goes to Ghana, he goes to Tanzania, all these places, white people walk around like they own the place. He said, they don't act like that over here. Why is that? I said, because of the history of the country. You know, they don't act like that, like Liberia, like they built the place or whatever like that, or they running shit. You know, they don't act like that.
Colin, let me tell you this, right? The problem is not that the natives hate the Congo people. The problem was that they were excluded from most of the governance of the country.
Yeah, see, everything
that's the problem. Had it been different,
is about governance. You know,
and the natives were brought along, things would have been a lot better.
Elvis, look, this is what happened, right? This is what happened. When the native people took over, they thought that by basically taking over the government, that they were.
You're not hearing what I'm saying to you, Carla. You're jumping. What I'm saying is the guys that took over, they had no idea because they weren't brought along. You know, the natives, they weren't brought along in the governance. They didn't learn how to govern. They were the outside class, the lower class, and when they got power, they didn't know how to use it. or how to develop because they weren't educated to the levels of the American Liberians. So they were at a disadvantage. That's the point. Had it been brought along with the natives, sure, the American Liberian could have kept their hegemony, but at the end of the day, native Liberians would have saw themselves as part of the nation and had a stake in that country. I think what the American Liberian was doing was great. They had a lot of, intellect. They were well educated. They had good intentions, but their biggest mistake was not bringing the natives along with them to prosperity. That's what it was.
The biggest mistake
Elvis,
was,
I think we can reinvent that.
hold on. I would say like this: the biggest mistake was trying to create a republic, right? Like I said, they all based on their experience in America, like we're all black and whatnot. So they figured they could make the native like that. And the bottom line, that didn't work. They should have had a two-tier society.
You see, and that's the stupid. That's the thing that you're doing, Carla. That's wrong.
And they should have had a diaspora society, and they would work together. And they did like a 50-year plan.
They incorporated a native in most of them in 1960.
They should have done
but
that.
failed to incorporate them in the governance, the education, the education and
They
economy.
got education, but they went overseas and they got radicalized and whatnot. So
most of the American Liberians came to school in the United States.
What was it? So let me ask you a question. Shouldn't the natives basically should have been fighting for more autonomy in the areas,
Yeah, but we have a unitary form of government, not a federal.
The people in Nimba, I talked to people in Nimba, right? They are so freaking independent from the people in Monrovia. They said we were like Great Africa said, yeah, we know the people in Monrovia, but we were up here chilling in the mountains, in the Nimba Mountains, building.
That's not true, Carla. That's not true. The people of Nimba. One second, John.
Better than the people in Monrovia.
The people of Nimba had Lamco. They had the biggest.
Don't know anything about this country. It's more complicated.
One second, Carla. The people of Nimba, they had Lamco in Yekipa, which was like a little America. So they had a lot of economic growth that was brought there by the government. So they weren't independent.
So they didn't really care about what the government was doing.
That's what I'm saying, because the government took a consortium.
Right now, Nimba is like so self-sufficient. When you go to Nimba, it's like you're in upstate New York. The highways and everything is so developed, it's unreal. It's not like you're in Africa anymore.
My point,
you go to your town, Grand Crew, and ain't nothing there, Elvis. You got to go to Grand Crew. Y'all got to get it popping down there in the Grand Gita. Y'all got to get it popping. Ain't nothing there, man.
Yeah, Carla. I hear you. My point is, I just made the point, and I think Jonathan is trying to chip in here. Look, it could be the idea is great. Those guys were in a tough position, and they left America and started a nation. That's noble. I give them credit for that. They incorporated the Black Africans that was on the continent.
They weren't trying to become the majority.
That's good.
Just gave it up. They went back to America and just gave it up. That's what I would do.
I mean, you're talking because you're still salty about it. I'm trying to find a common ground here, and you're still salty about it. The reality is, had it done things differently and had a foresight to see that if we govern with inclusion, economically and politically, which is the two most important things that most people care about, they would have had more success.
That's a good question, though. But in America, that wasn't happening in America, but y'all still came over here anyway. We weren't included.
I mean, Carla, you're moving the goalpost.
No,
you said they wanted to find a black nation, right?
Hold on, Elvis. Everywhere in the world, there's always people who descended from the people who were just a ruling class, and like that's what happened. That's all over. That was in America. That was in Canada. That's in the Great Britain. You still got a monarchy.
Carla, smart people. Yeah, smart people.
Carla, if there was no civil war in Liberia, what would Liberia be today?
There was no such thing as a civil war in Liberia. It was an uncivil war. We call it uncivil war.
Yeah, Carla. The point.
If there was no
is
uncivil war in Liberia today, what would Liberia be today?
I don't know, because the country melted down. The very
Carla, you know that 10% of the population cannot sustainably rule over 90% of the population, politically and economically.
How about
they were the ruling class? They had the power politically and the economic power.
Oh, what about the native Liberians who had power in that time period? The Massaquoi.
Barely. Those are outliers.
No, the Massaquoi were the most powerful.
Yeah, you're talking about a family. You're talking about a family.
Yeah,
you're talking about an entire nation.
It seemed like
that's what I said. They're native, but that's just a family.
The Barclays were from the Caribbean. What are you talking
about?
Yeah,
they were from Barbados. But
my boy Sando Morris, right? he was said it.
Kala, I hear what you're saying. I just gave you
You try to
a.
make it seem like the American Liberians oppression.
They
And they had people,
ruled.
you had even Nigerians and people Sierra Leone that were living in Liberia when other parts of Africa. So it wasn't like they're all from America.
I mean, Kala, you're not listening. You're just hard headed. You don't want to listen. So I'm not going to waste my time with it. That's spilled milk now, right? And Jonathan is trying to see if maybe if we do things again and we do it differently, we could have better success.
I don't know.
And I agree with that. But Kala is salty about it. You
I
don't.
think we can do it again, and we can have better success, and then we all working together.
Well,
Liberia is our country. We should embrace it as our
I
country.
am working on that, but the bottom line is this: though, all my partners in Liberia, when I keep their spirits up and everything like that. But I don't know how long I keep lying to them, and I have partners in Liberia. I have to keep telling them to believe in, like my boy Sam. Every time I start defending Liberia one night, like he gets mad at me one night. He said, "Colin, you could say that because you live in America," and there's a real fear of. He said, these guys out here. I said, Sam, don't let these motherfuckers intimidate you, right? Then when I was over there, I was telling him that shit, right? He said, "Yeah, wherever, Carl." I said, "No." I went over there, and the day I got arrested, right? I said, "Oh shit, I know where the fuck you feel. These motherfuckers can arrest me, take my money, take my stuff at any time, trump up charges and whatnot." And you're basically looking at fucking primitive people with the power of a gun and barrage over your fucking life and whatnot, And I'm like, I see what fucking Sam's talking about. He said, "Yeah."
I mean, you're looking at corrupt people. It's like that in Nigeria. It's like that in Ghana. It's corruption. It's not primitive.
Hold on, Elvis. Don't say it's like that in Nigeria.
No,
Nigeria's
cops do
10
that all the
times.
time. They do that all the time. They kidnap people. They hold people for ransom. You got to pay money before you can go.
Like,
all of that shit. That's what Kyle is talking about.
This is real.
Can I say something? Can I ask?
Carl, you can't. The queen is back on, baby.
Stop with that queen shit, man.
Is that Chantel?
The queen is back on, baby.
All right, whatever.
Thank you, Jonathan. I want to ask this question. What y'all talking about right now? I want to ask you, do you guys think that if women were in control of, the government, it would be different and better?
Well, what government?
I think it would be better, Chantel.
I think so too.
Oh, you had Ellen
Liberia. Yeah, Liberia had the first female president. She was corrupt as hell.
She was more corrupt than George Weah. So what are you talking about?
Really? How was she corrupt? We don't hear about this.
Yo, that lady was corrupt.
Because Carla don't like to talk about it.
Hey, check this out. Hold on, Elvis. Do you know what's going on in Grand Cape with the mining company that shot the people a few months ago? Remember that?
Yeah.
That was
Western Cluster.
That was Ellen's deal. She brokered that,
Bro, they said she broke almost, I think, 66 bogus concession agreements. Anytime she wanted something passed, she would give the legislator brown envelopes.
Woman's human too. There's nonsense about women should run shit and whatnot. Just like
and she was qualified. She was a Harvard-trained economist. She worked at the World Bank.
She was a graduate of Harvard.
Did she make things better? That's the point.
No.
She got about 16 billion in aid from the West. 16 billion US dollars.
Nothing to show.
Not all in cash, but mostly in kind, whether it was from NGOs in other countries.
Sound like she did some great things then.
No, I'm just telling you that she got a lot of help.
She didn't do a damn thing that was great.
She didn't really help a lot. What? She did well enough to stabilize the country and bring it back from the brink of collapse. But she was really corrupt. Her kids were in the government. Her cronies.
That's the most scary ass Negro. He was supposed to meet with my partner, Mr. Rosenthal, in Ghana, but he snuck out the back door one night. It was like a little scary ass. Oh, he's a Black American.
Jonathan, why do you think if women were in rulership and power, it would be better?
I think women
are human beings. Women are human beings.
On the women that are in power. That's all I'm saying.
Women have the same.
I believe you can get good women in power.
Women have the same proclivities as men. Women have the same proclivities as men. They can be corrupt. They can be persuaded into doing things they shouldn't be doing. That's easy.
So that was
I think a lot of times in Black America, all the men get all the the vitriol, and we did this and we did that. Women were so more influential than that.
Black American men don't have any power over anything in the society. There's a difference.
Oh, Carla, please stop that.
Really, I'm dead serious. What power do Black American men have? Nothing.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? So women, black women don't have no
I
power
think it
either.
would be better if
There's
women
a
were in
Kyla, are you saying that black people, specifically black men, have no influence in society?
Nope.
Oh God.
Unless you're doing the bidding of white people, unless you're basically caping for white people and their interests, there you got plenty of power doing that, you know. But as far as like a black man being himself and telling the world, standing on authority and saying this is what I believe, because I grew up around black men like that, you know, powerful black men and whatnot.
So,
That
Minister
I grew up
Wait,
like-
so you believe that those black men have power and influence?
Yeah, over their flock,
What?
their organization. But in general, there ain't no black person that stands out and has power over the community. No.
Minister Farrakhan?
He doesn't have any power over the community. He only gets power because people tend to
He
like
got
him.
influence over my black ass.
Yeah.
He has
And I ain't even a Muslim. I'm a diehard Jesus like.
He has no real influence.
That man got
His
mad
influence. He has
respect.
no power. He has no
Did you
power.
see
He
the
just-
video of him walking through the hood? Them brothers was taking out. Them brothers was so happy to see that man. too. It
Minister,
was like,
people bow to Minister Farrakhan in every hood, in every ghetto, in every country
Well,
he's
that's why,
been
you
to,
know, that's
including Liberia.
the way it is right now, right? You know, okay. Tell me something else, man, please. Stop.
Martin Luther King.
Martin
a lot
Luther
of
King,
people
we
have
like the
respect
Martin
for
Luther
him,
King.
even though
We
we
like
may not.
People didn't have no power. Do we
Yes,
love
he
these
did,
people? Are they
sir.
great? Are they
Yes, he
iconic?
did.
The Minister Farrakhan, does he move you when he speak? Yes. Does he talk the good talk? Yes. When he talks about having real power, we don't know what the freaking power really is. That's
Let
what
me explain to you what it is, Carla, because it seemed like you
don't have
don't quite
power.
understand the white man moves. Power is when you have a large platform, a large following, and you are influencing way beyond
That's
your
not
people.
power. That's influence.
Hold on, let me say this. I'm gonna name some powerful people to you. Martin Luther King already said, Minister Farrakhan, way beyond their communities. Tupac Shakur.
Oh wow!
Bob
Yeah, all these
Marley,
powerful people.
even
Wow!
musicians that sung about the injustices and telling their people
Wow!
to stay
Yeah, that's
strong.
real power.
They
Yeah, that's real
influence
powerful.
people worldwide, sweetheart. And when you got influence
bottom line,
like that, let me say this right here. Let me
influencing
say this.
thing
When
with
they,
power. That's not real power.
when they have influence,
I just wanted to give Chantel credit as an idios person. She gave a shout out to a Jamaican. So y'all can't say that they hate, they hate black immigrants.
he's threatened by people who have that kind of power, sir.
Oh.
He will take them out. He will find a reason to take them out when they have power and influence way beyond their community.
Okay, then ask the question: why hasn't Farrakhan been taken out then?
You don't know why. I don't know
They
why.
can't kill him. Carla, no one in the Nation of Islam has ever been assassinated because they fear the reprisals that'll come out of it.
White man's gonna take you out when all this boogeyman
Whoa,
conspiracy.
whoa. Malcolm X.
If that's the case, then why is
Malcolm X left the nation first
Why is Farrakhan still breathing then? If he's so powerful,
because he's still in the nation.
I'm saying so. Why did Elijah Muhammad?
They could have killed
Was
Khalid
Elijah
Muhammad. They
Muhammad
could have lit him up.
Hold up, was
And the
Elijah
people that
Muhammad
tried to do that got beat up.
Was
and
Elijah
dug down.
Muhammad powerful?
You know when Farrakhan
Yes.
moves, he don't move by itself.
Okay,
like
if he was
that.
so powerful, then why did the white man take him out?
People will crash out for Elijah Muhammad. Kala, you're the same person that would come up here and talk about the deacons of defense on how the KKK was
Yeah, that's
afraid
all right, man.
because they might get hurt.
I mean, power. No black person has the right, has the power to sign on a dotted line to change anybody's life. That's
Obama, sir, is
Kala,
not
white people are willing to drop dead as long as they can't get hurt. But once they realize they can get hurt, they're not willing to drop dead anymore. Did you realize that yet?
Whatever.
Sir Obama.
They're not invincible.
All that
He
pseudo
did.
guy nonsense and when that man, come on. I live in the real world.
I think we had
Kala, in the real world, white people are afraid to get killed too.
You know what I'm saying? The bottom line,
And so
everybody.
whenever they're willing to beat on something that can't fight back, but
bottom
once
line,
something
whatever
starts
it
fighting
is,
back, they no
whatever
longer
it
want
is,
to beat on it.
It's working on the black people because the bottom line is you ain't got
Define
no
power, because I don't understand his definition of it. Define power.
You know what I'm saying? Power,
Define
power is
power.
power is the ability to do something to somebody, and they have no power to resist you or fight back. You know, nobody have that power.
Kala, did the Maroons fight back? Did the Deacons of Defense fight back?
That's just semantics. You know, that's semantics.
Kala, you brought these people up before on your own platform. You praised them. You said we should have them again.
That's semantics. You know.
So you brought up
is the
semantics.
ability to do
The
something
power-
to somebody that they cannot do to you in return.
No,
That's
power.
Kala,
is
can you?
the
There's no
ability
such thing as that, Kala.
There
If I
is
can
that
shoot
like
you,
that.
you can shoot me.
That's
If I can
right.
bomb you, you can
You
bomb
work
me.
on a job.
There's no such
Right.
thing, Kala.
Hold up. And the power dynamic is when you walk on a job, right? You work with somebody and he's paying you. You're employed by him, right? He has power over you because he could take your job away
No,
from
he
you.
doesn't.
And you have power
He
over
doesn't
him
have-
because you can easily
You
show
can-
up not to work, and then he can't get his customer service. Kala.
No, it don't work like that. It
Exactly.
don't work like he can just
No,
replace
sir, your definition of
Kala,
power
that's been
is
disproven too many times.
There's no contest. There's no
you
contest.
talking?
Like I said,
You
black people
describing
used to have power. That's why
Kala, did black people have power back in the days when they boycotted?
Exactly.
Boycott.
Lie to us. Lie to us.
Yeah, you talking
Lie
about
to us.
oppression. though, but
Bottom line is this: you guys never had power. That's why you
you
don't know.
talking about
It's like, let
oppression.
me tell
Kala, you are black too, nigga. Why you
What I
keep
do
saying
for a
you
living,
guys?
what I
That
do for a
includes you
living,
too, bro.
I have agents under
you-
me and
you
stuff
can
like that,
find-
and I decide who does what events or what, and everything like that. And like I said, I had one agent that's coming on.
You
he's
just
right-
babbling, sir.
And
You-
I
you
basically
not-
told my other agent, okay, I'm
Come
gonna put him
on.
under you. That's power,
No,
Kala, are you broken?
not power.
It's okay to say it. We all been through this phase before. You
And
broken.
you describing.
I'm not broken. I'm
when
not
people
broken.
are
I'm just
oppressed.
saying you guys don't know what power really is.
No, you don't.
Kala, power is when you're willing to drop dead against the adversary that you have to deal with. That's when you have power, Kala. You give in when you give up that power.
That's Martin
Hold
Luther
up, real
King.
power is not given. Real power is taken. You
That
have no
man.
power.
That
Exactly,
man.
Kala. But right now, you sound like you giving away a lot of power for no
you
damn
don't
reason at all.
give away power. Power is taken.
Listen, Martin Luther King. He knew
You
he
giving
was
it away.
life on the
You're
line,
not taking
and
it from me,
he
Kala.
stood for what he
Power is
believed
taken.
in.
You don't have
And
any
kept
ability.
it
You have no
pushing.
ability to take or give or resist.
Malcolm X knew he was gonna get killed, and he still kept going, Kala.
push.
That power.
You
They
guys
got people still out here pushing and speaking up and pinpointing the injustice.
Is still willing to die,
I
Kala.
still want to know how you guys gonna use your
Nobody's
so-called
scaring them
power to
away.
get your reparations check.
Kala, you only concerned about a reparations check. That's it. I thought you was about building Afghanistan.
I'm the host of the show. I asked a question tonight. No one's came up here and articulated anything yet.
Kala, the best
About
thing
what?
is about being a black person is that as long as you're down for the black cause, if there's people fighting for reparations, you support them. Is there people that say, you know what, fuck it, let's crash out and kill as many people as possible. You support them too.
Black cause. What is a black cause in 2024?
To make black Americans better, more powerful, more
How
rich.
is that? That's talking in vague and
Kala, do you own a black business?
Hold up. That's the vague and abstract. Give me a specific.
Kala, do you have a black business?
Okay, yeah, that has nothing to do with no black.
Kala, do you have a black business? Do you employ black people?
I'm trying to latch on to my success with what you're talking about. Give me.
Kala, I don't know about your success now. I'm questioning.
Give me the black agenda.
What's your black agenda, sir? What do you
I don't
suggest?
have one.
He don't have a black agenda. He has he don't even have Afghanistan no more at this point. He gave up on everything. He just wanted his wife to come to America and they could live a beautiful life and drop dead together.
I don't know what to tell y'all Negroes no more. Just hopeless. Y'all Negroes.
Are you hopeless?
I've given up on the Negro cause and whatnot.
Okay, we still pushing. Everybody still.
So that means you hopeless. We'll go on without you, Kala.
Yeah, go ahead, right ahead, man. I'll give y'all a platform. Y'all come over here, talk all your stuff, not doing nothing and whatnot. Y'all Negroes are hopeless, man.
Kala, you hopeless. That's why you gave up on the Negro cause.
The Negro cause is hopeless, man. Y'all just hopeless, man.
Hey, Kyle, you know what's crazy? I looked at the data and the research over the year. Every year, black people have progressed in this country. We so hopeless that we continue to progress. So, nigga, where you get this information from?
So much, everybody's out there riot over a reparations check.
Who's rioting over? Kyle, can you name one riot that we had over a reparations check?
Well, this guy Bantu Mandinka, he's ready.
No, no, Kyle. I want you to back up your words. Can you name one riot that we had over a reparations check?
That's about to happen. Look at that.
You said it, Kyle. I want you to name that one riot. Just name one. Was it in Oakland, San Francisco?
California legislature.
What?
They basically was threatening the legislatures when that didn't.
So there was no riot for reparations, Kyle.
And then also with that day when Tariq got jumped in the legislature hall and whatnot, you thought that wasn't a riot?
Kala, was
No,
there a
there
riot over the reparations check?
Now,
them
these
up
guys are
out of
getting
there.
violent. These guys ready to kill you over reparations.
That wasn't a riot. They just
It wasn't
We
riot.
should be ready to kill you over a reparations check, though.
We should. I agree with that. We should be ready to kill you over reparations check.
That's the problem.
Pay us our
Niggas ain't
motherfucking
got
money.
no-
Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
My
ain't got no
ancestors ain't no bitches that you can just go ahead and use and abuse and don't give us nothing for it.
Rise up all you want and whatnot. But go right ahead.
Kyla, you don't rise up. That's the problem. Kyla, I learned about you, right? You one of those revolutionaries, one of those revolutionary people that says, if everyone don't follow me, I give up.
No, it's not that, man. It's like, I'm just.
That's exactly what.
Look,
Kyla,
look,
you went.
I have
Kyla,
Jonathan, I have a PhD in what?
what?
Negroology.
PhD in giving up.
No, I got
That's
a
not something to
PhD
flex
in
about.
Negroology,
Oh God, no, you don't. Kyla, we live by actions over here. We don't live by feelings.
The American Negro is like probably, I think, a plant.
Kyla, you only speaking for yourself. Don't speak for the rest of us.
Check this out: a plant, a desert cactus, probably has lose more power than a friggin' a Negro American.
I want to know what's your point, sir, and pinpointing all of this. What
Because
do
you
get
guys
out
are
of it?
Negroes,
Okay, but what you getting out of it though?
I'm
what do
not
you
in
get out of it?
Negroes, whatnot. You guys have wasted 30-something years of my life and whatnot,
Chantel, we have Chantel in our community. We have always had these kind of people in our community. They'll be like, you know what? I can't make it as a black person, so I'll try my best to be white.
I want to know what you get out of
I'm
it,
the
though.
fault of everybody for their.
Do you feel
dusty
good
ways
when
and
you go to
whatnot.
bed at night after
Every
you
dusty nigga sitting back. See, we always had niggas like Colin. The reason why I'm still a dusty motherfucker sitting there doing nothing. Okay.
Kyla, you the dusty motherfucker. You don't, Kyla, you had an opportunity to move to Liberia and build your Afghanistan. You said, I
why
couldn't
the
deal
hell
with
would I
this
do
shit.
that? I have a business here.
No, exactly, Kyla. You have no vision. You have no ideas. You have nothing.
Well,
No
entertainment
motivation.
Doesn't want to do anything.
throwing your people under the bus.
You don't want to do it, Kyla. You got to sacrifice.
Oh yeah. Everybody, I gotta sacrifice. When the Negroes don't want to sacrifice nothing, but I gotta sacrifice.
As the leader of Afghanistan, you are the number one sacrificer. You were supposed to inspire us to be like, you know what, this nigga's right. We're gonna do what he do.
Y'all are useless, man. You guys are freaking useless, man.
No, you're useless. You gave up too damn quickly.
Until I'm proven different, right? I really say that. The Negro in America, right? It's like I said, I could probably build something. I could probably build something with Liberians. They're dusty as hell.
Kyla, I hate to bring up a Nazi that says we have 14 years of our struggle for power. And now listen to Kyla. You guys don't listen to me after 6 months. I give up. That's you, Kyla.
I ain't saying people have to listen to me.
If you really believe in something, Kyla, you would die by it. You're not dying by it. You gave up. You like, you know what, honey? I'm going to bring you from Liberia to America. We're going to eat Domino's pizza every night, and we'll go to McDonald's in the morning.
Serious about no Africa. You just like me talking about it,
You're not about it, Kyla. That's the problem.
Okay, I'm not about it. Okay, I guess I'm not no more. I am no more.
No, you never wore it. It wasn't that, Kyla. Listen. I had an idea when I was young, and then I know we're gonna have the idea like 2 days later. It happens, Kyla. This ain't something. This ain't something that you really believed in. It was just a moment.
As far as like this, what I believed in, I believed in it whatnot. That's like I used to believe in Black unity and Pan Africanism and whatnot.
So you were Pan Africans before.
No,
another day switch. Well, Kyla, I don't call myself a Pan-Africanist, and I still believe that Black American businesses united, we will employ majority of the people in Edo State in Nigeria, and we will work towards that goal, whether I believe it can happen or not. We don't give up as easily as you do.
All over the place.
You give up too easily, Kyla. I don't like that.
You're all over the place, with this.
Kyla, you give up too easily.
Like I said, I still believe in what I believe in, but I'm not basically.
No, you don't.
In the public, the people who building with me and everything like that, we still believe.
Kyla,
whether it
Kyla,
works,
as a Christian,
whether it works or like that, but we have the faith. We have the faith because I believe that I see the difference between me and you is that I believe that Black people we can become a nation. We're not a nation right now. And like I said, I'm not going to be party to a bunch of Negroes. Out of these scattered, blind people, I felt like I built a nation with these people. But you got to step over to this side. You know, what you want to do is wallow in the mud with these people and whatnot, and call yourself, oh, our people get on code and whatnot. No, I'm not going to wallow in the mud with you people anymore.
Carla, belief is an action word. Faith is an action word.
The bottom line is, I believe.
If you have belief in your people, you would do things and you would act in the way that says you have belief. You don't have that belief.
I brought the first African American tour to a country and whatnot, Liberia and whatnot. You know,
what the fuck is a tour?
Huh?
I went to Jamaica on a tour. That didn't mean shit.
Organize. Why don't you try to organize a tour and then tell me what you can do? You know, tell me about it, right?
My cousin came to Nigeria. Should I consider that a tour?
Nigeria. How do you organize?
My sister got a visa to come to Nigeria. She's coming to Nigeria. Should I consider that a tour? Hey, look, Oba Palace.
You're responsible for everybody's life. You're getting them from hotel to hotel, transportation, everything, feeding them every day and whatnot. This, that, and the other thing. For 7 days.
Oh, that's not special shit.
Tell me you could do that. No, you can't.
That's easy, Carla.
Oh, so you could bring 20 people. You could bring 20 people and make sure they got hotel accommodation, everything.
Carla, I'm sorry.
Shut up, man. Get off my fucking show, you lying motherfucker. Yeah, man, I'll do it like this, man. These motherfuckers talking. Now, Elvis, now you see why I get mad? Why I get gaslighted? I said I took 17 to 20 people to Liberia, right? 17 people. The first ever tour had a business conference. Because of that business conference, Liberia got invited to the United States. The president, because the people that helped organize that was in my business conference, right? But he's gonna sit here on my show and tell me, "Oh, anybody can do what you did, Colin." Shut the fuck up, you know. And that's what I'm dealing with.
You gotta calm down, man.
That's what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with people just talk a lot of shit and they don't haven't shown me anything. If these people were serious, I wouldn't be the only one doing this shit. You know, when you can match what I'm doing, then you talk to me. I'm an author. You know, I wrote books. I did many years of research and something like that. You'll come over here and give me fake history and pseudo history when I talk about like you on my level and shit. That's disrespectful. You know, people have no references, never written nothing, never written a damn essay. And then like that, you're going to sit here and talk to me like you know more than me. Fuck out of here. And that's the problem. You're never going to build anything with people like Jonathan Miller. They think they know everything. They don't know shit. G said, what do you think of answer? First of all, you got to start thinking yourself as a nation. You know? And the bottom line is like when I have discussions about people, a nation, you know what we talk about? We talk about government. We talk about what type of government will work. We talk about, we're already in it. See, but bottom line, before you can start talking about nation, this is something, Elvis, you ought to friggin' understand too. I'm talking about this for even people who are in Liberia or whatever like that. You got to speak it as though it is, you know? What type of government is the future? What could be better for our country? What could be better for Liberia? What could be better for this? Have ideas. And then put those ideas on paper and stuff like that and talk about it, stuff like that. The BAL for years, we had debates on what type of energy would be best, what type of highway system would be best, what type of education, every aspect of nation building when that we covered over and over again, thoroughly a game plan. Then we came to the conclusion that the nation has to be conceived first before you could basically talk about getting land. The land is that's going to be the easy part, getting land. But a nation got to be a spirit. And then what do you have in common? You know, if we say the African American, right? I say, what do we have in common? We have in common is like my brother David always says, when he goes down to Georgia and whatnot, and he sees those cotton fields and everything like that, and those plantations in the South. That's where our identity as African Americans started. Right there on those fields and everything, no matter what part of Africa we came from, that's where we are. We became a new people, you know. Kyle, who has read any of your books? Well, not, you know, you can if you want to know my books, why don't you just ask me? You know, a book on Amazon is called Journey to the Promised Land. And also, I have a whole reading list of books people could get. If people don't know, people say, what books you read on Liberia? What books you read on West Africa and Africa and whatnot? I got a whole library of books that I have and whatnot, that I recommend and whatnot. But do people ever ask me, Carla, what books do you recommend? No, because people ain't interested in reading. Nobody's interested in reading history. Nobody is about educating themselves. All they do is sit online, listen to pseudo history and pseudo nonsense and everything, and thinking they know something. And that's why I said, when you go try to make your case for reparations and you're talking to people who know history and know everything ins and outs and whatnot, they're gonna laugh you right out of court. You go up there, oh well, I think blah blah blah. So Jonathan, you read, said that's how stupid he is. You read and didn't understand what you read. I'm only an author, I only read books, and I got people, I did lectures and everything like that, but I don't know what I read, As somebody basically doesn't know history when I know history. I know enough history not to lie about history. I'm not gonna say black people did something I know it didn't, because it doesn't jive with the friggin' history. This is what happens, Elvis. When you read enough history, right? And history, and just basically being aware of what's going on, right? No one could tell you, well, Julius Caesar lived in Greece in 3000 BC. No, he lived in Rome around 80 BC. No. I read online from the great scholar such and such that Julius Caesar was actually a Greek. And blah, 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 blah. He lived like 1,000 years before the Roman Empire was even created when that. And they be like, okay, don't listen to those books. Those books are lying to you when that. Well, it's documented history for over and over again, peer-reviewed history that Julius Caesar lived around 80 BC. Same time as Marcus Tullius Cicero. They were contemporaries. But the people who want to bypass real history and everything, who reject peer-reviewed study and go out there and just make up their own history, that's what you have right now. Black people becoming so illiterate, we're unraveling. We have made so much progress in history, right? Black people have pulled themselves out of the gutter, right? Now we're descending back into the same swamp of ignorance and stupidity right now with pseudo history and stuff like that. We're descending back into the mud of human civilization. That's why other races of people are passing us right now, and the black race is basically going down the friggin' the tube of civilization. Elvis, you understand where I'm coming from?
I hear you, Carla. I'm listening to you.
No, but do you hear what I just said?
I heard what you said. I agree with you with Caesar and Cicero.
Yeah, what I'm saying is black people, what I'm trying to say is this. There's certain things that are agreed upon, peer reviewed, that you don't question. It's scientific law. Black people want to circumvent scientific law and scientific reason,
Carla, put Jonathan back on. You guys are having a good conversation.
No,
get so triggered.
I'm sick and tired of him fucking gaslighting and
why you keep getting gaslight?
But when you start saying stupid shit, immature, stupid shit, I get tired of that. I want an intelligent conversation, I do get intelligent conversation with Zongo, even Mike.
You guys are having banters, right? You're bantering.
No, but the bottom line, he says stupid shit like, "Oh, you can't prove that when not, you never read, you don't understand books on that." I understand books enough not to know that when I read something and it's peer reviewed, I'm not gonna friggin' say, something. I have my own theory when that I read from the great Dr. Boom Shakalaka, of Boo Boo the Fool's dumbass university, taught me the real history and whatnot. See, that's a fake history, the white man's history and whatnot. No, history is history. And like I said, in history, basically, the real historians, they basically, when you look at, if I can look at 5 different books talking about history, like when I learned about the Mali Empire, right? I got the best historian on Mali was this guy named Basil Davis. He was a British Africanist, right? He wrote the book, The Lost African Cities, and the African Genius and stuff like that. I disagree with him on a lot of stuff because, at the time, basically, that term race wasn't really thing like that. So he basically considered the Swahilis as black. The civilization of the Swahili was black. We know now that the Swahilis were actually Arabs, and they were an admixture of black and Arabs. We see that now with the attitude of Somalis and some people like that who don't claim to be black. And a lot of Muslims on the Zanzibar don't consider themselves Africans. But back then, people who look black, they were black. That's what Chantel said. They were black because they sort of look black. That don't mean they're black. Tipu Tib looked black, right? But he was the biggest slave trader on the east coast of Africa. So do we say Tipu Tib was actually an African man? Because he was a great conqueror, slave raider, and whatnot. No. We've evolved past just looking at people just on color. I've been studying this stuff for decades. I saw the evolution of black people, and what really I came to the conclusion was the black man of sub-Saharan African have to have some sort of redemption. We fell down in the human civilization. We cannot claim Islam. We cannot claim the Arab culture, the Islamic culture, Swahili culture as our own, because that culture enslaved and oppressed us. We have to understand our own indigenous culture, our own indigenous culture, to basically get up, and we have to embrace being sub-Saharan African black people. We can no longer be like, oh yeah, somebody's away in friggin' the original.
But Colin, what about Yoruba culture, which is, I think, one of the greatest sub-Saharan culture? Why can't you embrace it? Why do you have animosity against Yoruba culture?
I use the Yoruba pantheon. I'm just messing with Mike. I use the Yoruba pantheon. I like the god Ogun, the god of war, Alakun, the archangel of the sea and water. Yemoja, the sea goddess, and whatnot. I always study Yoruba culture. I think it's beautiful. I have nothing like that. I always study Yoruba culture, but like I said, I reject modern Nigeria, and their arrogance and stuff like that, and the Europeanism and stuff like that, the Eurocentric world view that they have and whatnot. That's what I reject. The bottom line, I'm willing to stand on a square, like there's like Kidola. I like Kidola because he says, look, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a black African. He goes, I got nothing to do with Egypt, whatever like that, And they'll tell me, a lot of Africans tell me, they said, look, man, we know our history. I could tell you, especially Igbos, they could tell you their history from like 1,300 years ago. Fathers, everything, 1,300 years. 1,300 years ago. They have stories and stuff that was passed down, so they know who they are. So you can't just go and tell them, they just said, look, I ain't from no damn Egypt, I ain't from here. I was right here in this land for 1,300 years, and that's why that was the genesis of the Biafra people. They believe they're a separate race of people, and that has been there for forever. They don't want to be part of some Republic of Nigeria. I heard this story, Black America did not start the diaspora wars, Mufasa, the deities. I say gods, man, deities. It says the deities. Calls the Yoruba deities. If you got something better to say, okay. Here's Kidola.
Yeah, Orishas are not gods, right? They're deities, right?
No, deity means gods. When I say Ogun, right? I say
Ogun is a Orisha, right? Olodumare is the supreme being, right?
Ogun is the god of iron, fire, and war.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying that's Orisha. Is Orisha? Does it mean God or?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Okay, I don't know myself. I'm just asking.
God, it's the supreme God from heaven who created the jewel and the spear.
It's Olodumare.
And basically hit the earth with a bolt of lightning chain and descended from earth. I mean, it's fascinating. Yoruba culture is very fascinating.
Isn't that Obatala who came down with the chicken?
Well, I don't know about that, bro.
Oh, Kyle, I mean, you don't know the people's history. Are you trying to teach it? Come on, man.
No, I know a little bit about Yoruba history. I don't know a lot, man. I never really studied that deeply, but You know, I
You
was
got
always
Watala,
fascinated.
you got
I was always
Orumila,
fascinated about
Lucifer.
the Yoruba gods, the pantheon. You know, the gods. You know,
Well, you say the
especially
pantheon. What is the pantheon?
what
I don't know if they have a pantheon. I know they have the Orisha and they
pantheon
have
means gods. You know,
um
Ogun. Ogun is the
Ogun,
god of war.
Ogun, not Ogun.
No,
Ogun.
Ogun is a festival, whatever. Ogun is the god of war. Is
No,
a
you're
god of
pronouncing it. You're Americanizing. It's Ogun. Ogun.
I don't know. I don't know what the Ogun. Yo, so you tell me when Diane says Ogun festival, that's actually Ogun. That's what he's saying.
Ogun. Ogun.
So I see. So he's calling Ogun Ogun. It's supposed
You're
to be
pronouncing it. You're Americanizing it. Put Jonathan back on the
it's
line.
called
Let him
Ogun.
explain it to you. Put
Ogun.
Jonathan back on. Colin.
Ogun is the god.
Jonathan, call back in, please.
Ogun's a god of war.
Ogun.
Ogun is a god of war. Go ahead, Kidola.
Kala Ogun is a male god. You know, it's a male god. Just like Orisha, kind of like a female god, and Orisha kind of like fertility god and all kind of god like that. You know, but the Ogun god is a male god. It's a very aggressive and god. It's not really what they really swear with, except when the crime is heavily and it need to be actually be checked what is going. They can use Ogun. You see, these are religions that, I grew up in that culture, and from people worship Ogun and all kind of. My grandparents worship Ogun and Mami Watao, kind of god of the sea and the iron, and all kind of god like that. I've seen it.
Olakan is a god of the sea and the river.
That's called Olokun. Olokun is
Oshun too, right? Oshun, Yemoya, they're all water goddesses too, right?
Oshun have something to do. I think it's a female god. Have something to do with good luck, fertility.
Yeah.
Things like they say things. I don't know how to explain, but Oshun is something as a city. Everybody worship Oshun also. Most people.
What about Shango? People say Shango was a real man who got deified into Orisha, right? He was a real king that became a divine.
Africans,
Shango.
These are the gods. Different Africa worship different names of gods and everything. But you see, the Christianity that came to Africa came inside really during the time of the slave trade. The Africans never know nothing about Jesus Christ. The Africans never know nothing about John the Baptist. You understand? It's the white people that come with that religion during that slave trade, and they use that religion as a final stamp to convince the Africans this is now your new God. And the Africans, because of they were defeated. You see, when you defeated somebody, you want to know your God. That's what really happened to the Africans. You understand me? And the white people played perfectly well during that slave trade, and after the slave trade, they start establishing what's called missionary schools, hospitals, all kind of things. Even from behind the back, they were telling the Africans to hold on with their religion, but really they were using that religion as part of the game. Especially, I'm talking about Catholic Church, not about any other one that come. Those are like new ones that just came inside 80s, late 70s or early 70s. But the real ones that suppress Africa with that religion is the Roman Catholic Church. That's what the Portuguese use. That's what the British use. And it's not, so we don't know nothing about Jesus Christ. To us, Bible is just like a literature, like Macbeth, Henry IV, all this kind of British literature that they introduced to us during our secondary school time.
You say Macbeth? You mean Macbeth?
Yeah. So,
well, you said it. Macbeth.
Yeah, I mean Macbeth. You say it's a British, literature. You understand me? That we have to read in school. They introduced literature to us in school, but most of the literatures we were reading, these are British kind of like storytelling books. And they will set example. It's okay, write it, pass it. So the Bible is also like that also. So I've never seen where my grandfather is doing a New Year festival, praying to the God and everything. They pray to God, but the God they're praying to is different from the God the white man brought. You understand? So we don't know nothing. My grandfather don't really know nothing about Jesus Christ. I don't think his own father would know nothing about Jesus Christ. You know? So people say, "Oh God, Jesus Christ is this, Jesus Christ is that." I think that have to be examined if it's really true or not. But Jesus Christ they mentioned might be from the Middle East. You know, the word is big.
Yeah, but Condola, what about the black people in America, right? I'll make it a case that if they try to sue for reparations, then what do you think will happen with the judge or the people saying, well, there's a lot of black people walking around saying the slave trade never happened, that they're Native Americans and stuff like that. Wouldn't that hurt them, that case?
Yes, because look, when you acting for that kind of, which is, I think, is right for them to ask for it. Is their right? Well, yeah, what happened to them over there? But you have to understand that you will meet people among the whites or the Latinos who will counter you and said, "Oh no, there's a video evidence that says I'm Blackfoot, I'm Creek Indian, I'm indigenous." You understand me? When all these things have been factored to the table, things become more complicated. In a seat of argument, anything can be used. You see, what did I discover about which I appreciate the Black Americans were able to hold on to their Africanness, where they coming from, and all these things. They didn't really integrate deeply. Like if you go to like South America, like other places like Colombia, some areas like that, sometimes if you meet them, they're far more confused than what you think. Look, these guys that speak Spanish sometimes have a problem also. You understand me? But the problem is most Black Americans, especially the light-skinned ones, the heavily light-skinned ones, who group themselves to the group of the Black Americans, are very, very afraid of where they belong to. And that is what some of them are using, because some of them have family who are like sub-Saharan Africans as part of their family. But I also discover these heavily light-skinned ones are also very, very scared of where they belong to, really. Not to the white, not to the Latinos, and they're not so very dark. The only one they could grab to is the Black American, because they have similar type of voice. You understand me? They come from that source, maybe heavily mixed later. So these are the ones that are heavily aggressive towards the Africans. And these are the ones that actually promoting.
Are you talking about people like Yvette Carnell?
Yes. This, you have to accept, people work on psychology, people work on rejection and acceptance. The African mixed children, these modern African mixed children with the white and black, they hold up to the tribe where their father is coming from. You understand me? And they be accepted in that tribe. But the ones that is in United States, that people like the Smokey Robinson, people like or the other ones that are heavy, you don't really know who they are. These are the ones that are, doing some of this dirty game to convince the darker skinned ones who look like really like Africans, say, no, you're not African, or they will use, they slave you, or you want to love your slave master. And that's so it's like
Kinola's not a fool. Kinola's not a fool. He's peeping the shit. So Kinola is saying he studied Black America, man. God damn, man.
That is the truth. If you watch them, you see things, you study them heavily, you start seeing that they
America's hopeless. Black America's hopeless, right?
No, it's not about hopelessness. They see like heavy confusion there. That confusion is not going to be sort of now. It will be like that because the group, white people, if you see the white French, the British, they know where they're coming from and they stick to that. Okay, it is game. But in United States, because the blacks are, some of them are heavily mixed, and they can belong. The Latinos don't see them as part of them. The white don't see them as. I'm not talking about the ones from South Carolina, those Carolinas ones. Those are not really. Those don't know where they're coming from. But the ones sometimes they are far descendants that heavily mixed. Sometimes have problem as allowing the one that they hold their pension say, No, 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 no. You can't say you're African. You are not new here. We are not new people here. We are not this here. And some of them even go out and say, oh, look at me. No, I look like an Indian. No, I'm indigenous. And actually, if you look at their hair, because of the foul mixture with them, some of them convince themselves that they already here, they're already in United States. So they will look at me. I don't look like that Negro. You understand me? I'm here. My people, okay, what language were you people speaking? What food were people eating? What is your clothes? You understand me? What is your God? You understand me? So the real native Indians ought to still have their God. Those ego things, they dance, even with their miss, something with their miss, but they still hold on to the religion because really descendants of these people hold on to those religions. But in African American stage, yes, some of those ones in the South hold on to where they're coming from a lot. You understand me? They hold on to their, you can see their Africanness in them, even the way they act, the respect from, top to bottom. You understand me? When I mean top to bottom, I'm talking about from elderly men to the lowest one. But these New Yorker ones, these ones that be created again in New York or somewhere around these heavy large cities that is heavily mixed. These are the ones calling themselves Blackfoot, indigenous to, I don't know. It's very difficult. And it's always going to be like that. But
leave my light-skinned people alone.
Yourself, you have to be light-skinned yourself, Jonathan, because sometimes I'm confused who you are.
I'm dark. I'm brown. Leave my light-skinned people alone.
Okay,
They're Black Americans. They're Black Americans.
I think, Jonathan, you're not leaning towards the Indian part of you right now. You understand me? There's no problem about that. And
Kadola, I went to Unibin today and I see some very light-skinned people. I would never look at them as, oh, they're not Black.
No. See, Jonathan, don't get so wrong. In Africa, we have what we call the red people. What we call the red Igbos. Their DNA, they are fully Africans. And if you check West African, even my own father was a very light-skinned man. You understand me? Very light-skinned.
And you married a white woman, and you will have very light-skinned kids.
No. My father never married to a white woman. My father is purely African man. My grandmother is purely African woman. But we kind of like, there's different type of skin color, but with the same DNA. But in your case, in the United States, you have the African ones, and you have the one that is heavily mixed. You understand me? And those heavily mixed people like this, Smokey, even LL Cool J.
Yeah, Smokey.
You understand me? So
the leader of the Black Panther Party. A whole lot of others. Angela Davis. I claim them all. They are people. And I don't look at them as any different just because some white devilish bastard decided to force his way on a Black woman and produce children. That don't mean I'm going to look at them as any different than the rest of us. If y'all do that in Nigeria, which I tend to do for some dumb reason, I don't understand why. That don't mean I'm going to do so either. So keep that shit with Nigerians.
The old light-skinned ones hold on to their blackness and said where they do tell you part of us is from Africa, but the new light-skinned ones are the one that deceiving you people. I don't know if you're light-skinned, maybe you're part of that club, but what we're gonna say, what it is, Jonathan. You can't change it.
Make it my light skin.
Check
my light skin.
Check.
Make them not light skin. Do it up.
Check your sister Megamouth. If Megamouth came out and said, "I'm Black," will you believe that lady is Black? You said no. Go to your Latino people. But she's the one more vicious
against
Latinos. People. So we know them. We know them.
You'll get a white wife.
Hey, Kadola, did you watch the debate tonight?
Kadola, you got to go with that white woman and get back with the Edo, beautiful Edojan one.
You see, Jonathan, it seems like you're jealousing my type of because I'm more.
I don't. No. I can never be jealous of a guy who gets with a white woman.
See, it takes a superior.
That scares me.
It takes a superior culture to marry to a superior culture. It seems like you are far
superior.
Yes, it seems like you're far more
You
jealous
call
with my
white people
superior
superior?
with my superior way of life. You understand me?
Kadola, come give me a
That,
hug, bro.
that
You
you
need a
start
hug.
thinking about who am I? I'm a superior
Kadola,
man. Mhm.
Kadola, I love you, bro. As a Nigerian, I love you.
No,
But
no,
white
you should
people
not
aren't
love me as a
superior to
Nigerian.
black people.
Yeah,
Love
That's
me.
been
Kidola, that comment
disproven.
was out of place, bro. That
No,
comment
no,
was
no,
out
no,
of
no,
place.
no. Jonathan said that. That's what I said. Look,
Kadola, white people are not superior to black people. That's been disproven throughout
don't you what I
all of
said?
our existence.
Careful. You see what I said? It take a superior culture.
Kadola,
Which is, I'm a
I gotta ask you a question. Remove the guns and the bombs from white people. Can they conquer Africa? No.
He was just saying that thing.
If they come with a machete, we got machetes too in Africa. White people can't do shit. So white people know that they need a
Jonathan,
better
stop it.
weaponry
Stop it, Jonathan. They have the
to back
intellect to
up.
create better weaponry to
No.
subdue us.
That's not the intellect. They got that from Asia. They didn't even have
Oh,
the intellect for that.
okay, all right. But they have better weapons, and we have no choice, no chance against them right now. So that's not even an argument.
But Elvis, that's not that. That's it. So that means they take from this people and they take from that people,
Jonathan,
and then
will
they say, "Well,
Africans
we'll use
ever
this
build
against
better
these people."
weapons? Will Africans
We
ever
will
build
build.
better weapons than the nuclear
We
weapons and the big bombs?
will. Wait, white people didn't build nuclear weapons either.
Who built the nuclear weapons?
Those were black people in America. Look at
Okay,
that shit again, brother.
all right, Jonathan.
We
Thank
not
you,
giving, brother. We
thank
not
you,
giving white people no credit around here. Fuck them. They can drop dead.
Jonathan,
We don't give white people no credit around here.
Jonathan, I think you have to fight with your taste first because it seems like your tastes have already dominated who you are already. You have been eating the so-called.
Kadola, I walked around Benin City today and my heart was broken. I seen white Jesus on every corner. I still don't know. I wanted to cry.
I left that school years back ago, Jonathan. I think I only took my family there last year. You know, when I graduated from that school, I'm color type of age bit. You feel me? I left that school 1995 when I attended that university. You know, so I left there. I only took my wife, my children, just to see where I went to school. You understand me? So or you can say me and Puffy share the same age, the same date of birth. So you have to understand, I left that place a long time ago. You know, only went there last year after years.
Kadola, I just want to hear you from a pro-dominant black standpoint that you're colonizing that white wife of yours, and that's a beautiful thing. Do your thing. But don't make it seem like, she's colonizing you. That's all.
This guy.
Why did you marry a white woman?
You're the dominant person in your marriage. That's all. Kadola, I'm so pro-black. If I can't marry a black American woman, I will go to a Jamaican, a Belizean, an African. I will go deep somewhere else to find a black woman. I'm not marrying another race.
Jonathan, I'm not into B1, B2, or B6.
Yeah, I put a bullet in my brain first.
Let's say B12. I'm pro everybody. As long you
oh God, no.
As long everything you respect.
Tyler, you ain't got to drop me. I drop myself.
You know, I'm this, Jonathan. Jonathan, you have to fight first with the pancake you'll be eating for years and try to see if by the time you conquer that taste of you that they colonized you with already, then before you started talking about some of us.
Kadola, I got black children. I don't want them thinking that the other race is better. My daughter, she went to school. She came back. She said, "Daddy, all of the teachers they were talking about, all of the innovators and the people that invented shit, they were all white people." I said, "Don't worry about that shit. That's some fake shit. We'll make our own book." We made our own book, and at the end of the day, our inventions outnumbered the white people. Kadola, we're not doing that white people shit here, please. You trash that trash. That is trash, Kadola. We're not doing that here, Kadola.
Oh God! Look. Sometimes in real life,
I don't mean to sound racist, but they're just a trash group, and I'm just going to acknowledge it.
I see Black America who have white people as godfathers and goddaughters. You know, some Black Americans who have, that's my goddaughter. When you look at the person, it's a white kid. Okay, that's my godmother. If you look at the woman, it's a white woman.
I got cousins and relatives that marry white people today.
And the funniest part is,
and I tell them the same shit. You made a mistake, baby.
black American men who run after white women also in Europe, in clubs. You understand me? They
Kala, we all have traitors in our race.
they
We
shake
have
the
traitors,
with
Kala.
women too, you know,
I mean, Kadola. We have traitors.
No, there's nothing like
But I'm not an advocate. I'm not an advocate of the traitoracy.
Yeah,
Kadola,
Kadola
if your woman is
building
rich,
strong black
divorce her
family is
ass
where it's
now and
at,
get
bro.
you a beautiful black woman.
Yeah, you got to build
Divorce her
strong
now and
black
get you a
families,
beautiful
bro.
black woman.
Strong African families.
I like it white, man, with the white sauce.
Kadola, I'm about to assassinate you through the goddamn StreamYard.
I like.
Would you? Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you want your kids to marry white, or you want them to marry black?
They can marry anybody they want as long as they love.
Oh God, Kadola.
If they marry white, that blood is almost gone,
Kadola
man.
up.
No, because spiritually, I'm still there.
No. You're gone. Half spiritually, you're gone.
No, spiritually, I'm still there.
No, you're not there. You're not there.
Kadola, it's 6:20 a.m. Please stop the bullshit. Don't fuck with me no more. I need to go to sleep, nigga.
You probably needed that white woman credit and some of that money to build that big ass mansion you got.
That white woman built everything. Kadola was just a
But
barter.
Jonah would just give you the long strokes. Everything else she'd be right.
You see, I enjoy both cultures. I enjoy that culture. I enjoy this culture. Who's
Why?
richer than me? I'm the most richest person in terms of cultural cultures.
Oh man.
So you can't change that. You understand me? So I enjoy both cultures. If I want to switch, I can switch to that culture. I switch back to my culture. So I dance around both cultures. You understand me? And you know the best thing, man. You be.
I'm gonna send you a couple of Dr. Umar's video, man.
Still over there chasing that bunny.
Yeah. You gotta stay focused, Kadola, but I guess he wasn't focused enough. The damage is already done, bro.
Kadola, I'm disappointed because you told me you came from a healthy upbringing. You had no reason to chase a white woman. So you were just on some exotic shit, okay? You supposed to have fun with exotic animals, not marry them.
Look. The American white that introduced pancake to you, Jonathan, is different for the ones I'm into. For the one I'm into yogurt.
My gosh.
I'm into blackberries. I'm into
Lord.
walnut. I'm
Kadola.
all kind of
All that stuff is taking your African strength away from you, man. It's making you weaker and more feminine.
Kadola, Eretti Howard is turning over his grave right now.
African food, I just go and eat my pad yam and all kind of selection of. If I want to eat all type of jollof rice from Ghana to Sierra Leone, Liberia to jollof rice, depends. You see how rich my culture wise, the way I spend my reach of culture, I enjoy different food in different cultures.
Kadola, it's okay to say I made a mistake in my life and I regret it and I'm going to fix it in the future.
Look, Jonathan, that's what I said. You have to change your taste. They have colonized you without
never change
for a
it.
very long time.
If it ain't black, then I won't get married.
Yeah, we're in favor of strong black families, Kadola. Strong black families, not mixed families.
The American
black
white
families.
have introduced you to waffles and chicken for too long.
So that's
Now, Kadola, I know an FBA guy. He has a platform. He always talking about can you be pro-black and date interracially? And I'm one of them people. I'll get up there and I'll be like, yeah, you can fuck interracially, but as far as marriage, no. But Kadola, you proving his point even stronger. I'm like, hell no, I don't think you can do anything now. Kadola, you becoming weak.
In a strong.
Kadola, no. No.
That be one you want to say to me.
Kadola,
man.
Kadola, you as strong as fufu right now.
Man,
squishy.
I only eat fufu once in a while.
Of course, she's taking your culture away from you, bro. You're half an African now. If even that.
Look, I eat my yam, I eat my vegetables, I eat all those things. Then when I want to switch, I can go to the other side, eat some kind of salad things with tomatoes, cucumber inside. Then you start having some of these other things inside. Look, Jonathan, but your American white introduced to a very bad food. You have to cross over. Try some of those, look, those waffles.
Jonathan, somebody saying you'll date a white woman too.
I said I'll knock a white bitch down. I never said I'll marry her. That's the difference.
Oh man.
Let me make it clear. I'm one of those people that believe that you can impregnate all races, but you can only be committed and married within your own. I would
I
not
hope
say
you,
other races.
I
Go
hope you
for
ain't
it.
got no white baby mamas, Jonathan.
No, not yet, bro. Maybe somewhere down the line.
Not yet.
If I can make all of them women baby mamas, then God bless.
Jonathan
Lead
see a
me
white
into
woman,
that
will
destruction,
shiver.
Lord.
If you see a white woman, you will shiver, Jonathan. You know, you just
Cadola, I've seen white women all my life. I'm not impressed.
Right. I mean, this guy,
the
he
white
almost
woman,
worshiping
They
a white woman
stink to
now.
me,
you will
Cadola.
shiver, Jonathan. You will shiver.
The most beautiful
I
white
mean,
woman
I
that I
don't.
ever
I'm not.
seen don't stand next to the
No,
ugliest black woman I ever
no, hold
seen.
on, hold on.
I don't care about the white women, but I'm not going to talk shit about their race. I think they're beautiful white women, of course.
Jonathan.
But I
Yeah,
will never date them or marry them or anything like that.
exactly.
The
Now,
Anglo-Saxon ones,
don't mind, brother Elvis. I'm gonna talk shit, and I'll die by that shit I'm talking. Fuck them.
Nah, bro. I mean,
They can't fire me.
I
They
don't.
can't hire me. Fuck them. Burn, bitches.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
Jonathan, there's no waffle chicken in Nigeria. So I read. I don't know what you really eating
Bro.
there.
Wait, what, Cadola? I'm sorry. My wife made baked chicken a day with gravy and rice and corn.
Where do you find that
Are
gravy?
you trying
There's
to
no
tell
gravy.
me? Are you
There's
trying
no
to
gravy
tell
in
me
beans.
we can't import food the same way that they import food? Are you crazy?
Jonathan, just think when you're going to eat that pizza. I forget that name of that. Is it Kilimanjaro?
Is it called Domino's or Pizza Hut or the
I
Bananas?
think that's where you're going to eat your food, but you didn't change your taste. That's why you're still struggling on to today.
But Cadola, you aware that Domino's Pizza in the United States is not the same thing as Domino's Pizza in Nigeria? Because y'all don't sell the same pepperoni.
Hey, man, I like the suya ones, the one that mix up.
The
with the-
suya, oh God bless you, Cadola. I ain't that gangster. God encouraged me to become that gangster. I'm not that gangster yet.
You're not
I gotta work my way there.
Jonathan,
I'm a ginger ale ass drinking nigga.
baptized himself for a very long time. Ask Kala what he's eating in Liberia. You would know what he's eating. Kala, what you eating in
Nigeria
Liberia?
and Liberia is not the same country, just like Ghana and Nigeria is not the same country. There was this crazy ass black American woman, God bless her heart, talking about we don't have the snacks. We don't have snacks. Well, girl, I ain't seen a damn snack I can't get in Nigeria. So what you missing out on? You went to the wrong country. Get the fuck out of Ghana. Huh? Cadola, you live in a better country. Bring your ass back to Nigeria, nigga.
Every country is good, depending on who's ruling it. Think Ghana have beautiful people.
Nigeria is a great country. Me and my bro, we went to Unibin University today, and I was trying to give him a vision. I was like, you see all of these students here. Majority of them would never work in the Nigerian workforce, but they could work in the Black American workforce. Let's talk to all of them, find out their skills and how they can serve Black America. And then Black America can send that money over and they can live better and Black America can be more profitable. That's the future.
Oh, God.
See, Cadola?
Cadola,
I know a guy, he sells
I'm in
logos.
Nigeria. I don't know what it said. Well, I live in Lagos.
You ain't in on that.
I'm from Edo State. I'm from Edo
Come home,
State.
nigga.
So, Jonathan, that's your brother-in-law, Jonathan.
I really don't
He ain't
understand.
acting like he marrying a white woman.
Jonathan is kind of like a little bit for me because you see, you don't live in Benin City, but you still eating this all foreign food over there. I think.
Why? I heard Benin City is scary, bro. I heard it's scary in terms of all the magic that going over there. I don't know how Jonathan is
I
doing
only
it.
seen a couple of people get slashed in the Upper Sac Papa. Other than that, it's been all fine.
Where the slash people?
Now, I'm not just talking about violence. I'm talking about the spiritual welfare over there.
Upper Sec Paba by Reno Phillips Station near Idimudia.
Okay.
Like the very outskirts, kind of like of Benin. This was during the NSARS movement in which they were like, all the gangs and the cultists, they were just out there just, running havoc and shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the filling station and shit. That's what they call it. I call it gas station, which I try to adopt. And I go to the filling station, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get some. They over arguing with some people and shit. I'm like, okay, that ain't no problem. Shit, I see niggas argue all my life. That ain't nothing. And then I come back, they pulling out machetes. I'm like, damn. I'm like, let me look.
Yeah, that shit
and then
is
my
crazy.
neighbor come and get me. She like, what are you doing? Leave. I'm like, leave what? This
You
ain't
got to-
shit.
you have seen different type of. That's why I said.
Cadola, I'm from the hood. This shit don't phase me.
Ah, yo,
That's why Cadola is in Lagos. He got a nice house out there, and the Yorubas are telling
He
him to
got
go
the
back to
hell
his
out of
state,
it. He could.
like they do with the
I
Igbos.
still have my invest. I still have some investment even with that Benin. You see, so I still have my thing going on there because in my culture,
Cadola, that's a lot of money in Benin. Everyone else was putting money in Benin. You should bring your ass back and put money in Benin.
I told you, I have things there. I have my family home in that place. I've, embedded into my culture there. I have different things there. I went to school.
But why not live there? Why live in Lagos?
Yeah, because of my job, I didn't
Okay.
at that time, there was not much opportunity. See, Benin was kind of full of civil servant job at that time. So they're not really with companies too much in that state at that time. So I have to find myself to whereby of a better opportunity to find a job. That's what really happened, I still love Benin. I was there last year, July, August.
I mean, last year you live in the same country, just maybe a flight away or a couple of hours drive.
Damn, Cadola.
A whole year in your own native land.
Cadola, let me be a fool and remind you that Benin ain't only but a 4 or 5 hour drive away, and if you're catching a flight, it's like 40 minutes. What are you doing, Cadola?
I don't take
You ain't that damn busy.
He's scared, bro. I'm telling you, he probably think his relatives are
I know
trying to
he's
kill him
scared.
for
That's
his
all
money.
right.
Oh no.
Cadola, let me be the first one to let you know. When I want to go to the east of Nigeria, I hear people be like, "Don't go over there. Don't go over there." Okay, and I'm definitely gonna go over there.
Why they tell you not to go there? The
They be
kidnappers.
like, "Oh, they got the
pop.
kidnappers, the cannibalism." I be like, "Really? Nah, I got some shit to
Cannibalism,
record.
really?
Let me go to Igbo land."
No, there's
Why they be saying that about the
north.
Igbos? Benny got a reputation too. Why they be
They
talking
all
about
got
shit about the
reputations.
Igbos?
Now I don't listen to none of them reputations. I don't care about none of them.
The Igbo
I'll go to
people have a
anywhere I
very
want to go.
Elvis, the Igbo
When
people
I
have
was
a
in
very
Jamaica, they was
Hold
like,
on,
"Don't go
Jonathan.
to the south side of
Let me hear
Kingston."
what Cadola is trying to say. Go ahead, Cadola.
the Igbo people don't eat they're not nothing that if you go to a place like Anambra, the Igbo people is very, very rich in their culture. In Nigeria, they have the best food in Nigeria. It's like if you marry to an Igbo woman, will feed you very good with good food.
Yeah, I heard they cook really good, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
Nigeria is rich with culture. Everybody have their own.
I love the Igbo people a lot. I grew up with them. I love their food. I love their mindset.
Cadola, please don't do that. Edo woman cook the best food. Okay, I got Igbo woman too. They don't cook better. Calm down.
Nothing. I'm just telling you. Yes, I love my mom food, but I just have to be honest with what I'm
No,
saying.
Did you take a shot at your mama?
I like the Igbos too. I think they're
are
valuable.
very
What?
The Igbos are valuable, bro. They bring a lot to the country, like every
No,
other.
they definitely valuable. I didn't say that.
You don't have
But as far as food, hell no.
Why is that your women don't really know how to cook? They only the first time I eat black American food.
Hey, listen. Cadola, I don't blame them for my flaws, okay? I can't eat food. I can't eat a goosey soup all the time.
You can't eat powdered
I'm
yam.
weird. I can't. I eat goosey soup over rice. I eat jollof rice with suya and the red stew on top. When we go out to restaurants, they be like, "You want to put stew on top of jollof rice?" Yeah, bitch. Put it.
You make mac and cheese with corn inside. What kind of food is that? Make mac and cheese with some corn inside. Put some corn and mac and cheese. And tell you that is healthy.
Cadola, 5 years of Nigeria is not enough to go ahead and brainwash me over the last 30 years of being in America.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Your taste is kind of you still
My taste is special.
If I introduce waffle chicken to you,
I eat uppity food, Cadola. I think I spend.
Well, it's been nice. I'll check you guys out. I'm gonna leave the stream up. Y'all want to keep talking, but I'm leaving the live stream.
Okay, going.